Oh, you did make it. Well, let's fucking fire it up. Yeah. Looks like you're the hard I ain't got that kind of time. Once and shivers smooth up in you. Smooth up in you. You say I'm never gonna break you. But we won't know until we try. So now's the time to make up your mind. I'll never have been the one woman kind. Don't let your love go to waste. All it takes is just one taste. Once it shivers. Hey, what's up, weirdos? It's Mark Splude. And this is episode 124 of the SPLUDECAST. My guest this week. You guys know him. Some of you probably love him. It's my good friend, Matt Connell. You know, Matt's at a point in his life right now. He's stepping back a little bit from comedy, stepping back a little bit from podcasting. A little more on that later when I get into talking about the SCRAPCAST. But at any rate, I said, you know, if you're going to do that, Matt, I'm going to have you over and squeeze one more podcast out of you, one more SPLUDECAST out of you. Actually, what had happened was, you know, I was planning on having a guest on this week that was going to tell stories of Thailand and Australia, and I talked about this last week. Didn't come to fruition. He had a death in his immediate family. Couldn't make it. Hard to hold it against him, you know. But I found myself on Sunday, or on Saturday at least, I found out I wasn't going to have a guest. So, yeah, I scrambled and was racking my fucking brain. I tried to push another guy up, push him up a week, and it didn't happen. Anyway, We got Matt Connell this week, man. Matt came over Sunday morning. We fired up the fucking coffee maker. He brought over some donuts. And we just shot the shit, man. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't even remember what the fuck we talked about, man. And that's, pretty typical with me and Matt. Why I love doing podcasts with him, just hanging out with him in general. Great conversationalist, man. That never a dull moment with Matt Connell. And this episode, no exception. Episode 124 with my good friend Matt Connell. That is coming up right after what's been going on with me lately. Yeah, with me. Oh, man, what's been going on with me? Shit, man. I'll tell you, busy. Busy's the fucking key word in my life right now. Work is fucking just ridiculously busy. I'm still doing 2 shows a week here in the SPLUDECAST studios, right? I got to fucking record them, edit them, produce them, upload them, all that fucking shit. Still doing 2 shows a week. Work is crazy. Training camp is in full fucking swing right now, too. Every night I'm up at the gym getting punched and kicked and strangled and, getting Nick ready. More on that a little bit later on. I got 2 kids that I'm raising. I got a wife who's still in recovery. And now, just in case I'm not fucking busy enough, now I'm moving in exactly 1 month. I've got 1 month to pack up this whole house and get it up on top of fucking the newly minted Splude Mountain. SPLUDECAST Studios making a little move. Man, I tell you, I didn't plan on moving. We've only been in this house just under a year, and I love this house, man. I love living in the valley. I love this house. And, I found this house, man, and I just fell in fucking love with it. It's literally right around the fucking corner from where I'm living. It's really just up on top of the hill that I live. I live at the bottom of this hill right now. Anyway, fell in love with this house, man. This really is a dream house, dream property. The whole thing is encircled in fucking trees. Absolute privacy. Very difficult to get out here in the valley of Quispamsis. Got a big pool in the backyard, big wraparound deck around the pool. The inside of the house is just beautiful, man. It's got kind of a log cabin feel where it's got the exposed rafters on the main floor. Of course, full basement for the boy. Probably even a better setup than he's got here, if that's possible. And, great place for the studio. Great bedroom with a huge walk-in closet for the wife. Man, just pumped. I mean, I love the house, I love the fact that there's a pool. I can actually enjoy fucking summer again. But more importantly, man, it's this fucking property. I just absolutely love it. Just the privacy of it, man. I'm the kind of guy, if I'm going to live somewhere, I look at the place and go, all right, well, where on this property can I take a piss? Where can I have enough privacy to just take a piss in my yard? I know it's not important to a lot of people. It's important to me. And this place, man, the answer is fucking wherever you feel like it. I mean, you'd have to walk down to the bottom of the hill onto the road for someone to see your willy hanging out if you were to take a piss on my property. So now that's not a fucking invite for all you listeners to come over and piss on my property. Okay, if I fucking see you on there, my guns are fucking moving up on top of the hill too. I'll fucking kill you. Anyway, yeah, it's it's kind of a catch-22. It's a little bittersweet where I got my dream home, dream property, and it's closed very quickly here. But that means I got to fucking move everything. And it's just, really for what's going on in my life right now, it's horrible, horrible fucking timing, Of course, we got next fight coming up on the 26th. Might as well touch on that, man. Fight camp is in full fucking swing. We're in the second week of training camp. Next weekend, a week from this Saturday. As I record this right now, it is January 16th. It is Wednesday evening. And he fights a week from this Saturday, 26th of January, next fight in Moncton at the casino. And yeah, man, I'll tell you this. We're going to win this fucking fight. I'm predicting a first-round KO, but either way, there's no way we're losing this fight. Nick looks fucking terrific, man. He's chomping at the bit already to get in there. He's looking great, man. Just looking fucking great in every facet of fighting. The takedowns, the takedown defense, the cage work, the clinch stuff, the transitions, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu, the kickboxing. Man, everything is looking fucking tremendous. And his cardio, is through the roof. I never worry about Nick's cardio anyway, man. He's he's gone the distance a number of times and had lots of energy at the end of those fights. So I don't worry about that. My philosophy on cardio anyway is that cardio really is 50% heart. You can have decent cardio and a big heart and make it fucking through. It really is just a willingness, to continue is really all it comes down to, whether you're tired or not. You're going to be fucking tired. You're throwing punches and kicks and grappling. You're going to be fucking tired. You need the heart to push through that and an unwillingness to quit. And Nick's got that for days, and you can't fucking teach that. So fight camp going fucking great. Report back again next week. That'll be the week of the fight. We got to go up Friday the 25th for weigh-ins. And then, yeah, man, I believe we're the co-main event on this card. It's a big deal. It's coming up quickly. It's been a short fight camp, but man, we've squeezed in an awful lot of fucking sparring already into this camp, and we're only halfway through. So as I sit here right now, my ear is burning having these fucking headphones on. My left ear's got a goddamn heartbeat of its own. My nose is all fucked up, man. It's twisted a little bit fucking sideways and all marked up. I got this big fucking burn on the side of my nose. I don't know if it's from a punch, from grappling, mat burn. I don't know what the fuck it is, man. It's been challenging, man. I usually get home from work close to 6 o'clock, and if it's a Monday or a Tuesday, or if it's like a Wednesday like this is when I, record my intros. But, I'm usually in the evening, as soon as I get home from work, I got to rush and work on the podcasts. And then it's off to the fucking gym. But, some nights we're not even starting at the gym till 9:30. I'm getting home at 11:30, right? Back up at fucking 6 to do it all over again. Man, I'm starting to wear a little bit thin. I don't know what's going to go on tonight. Pretty good snowstorm going on out there right now. I don't know. The fight camp could be canceled tonight. I'm going to leave it up to Nick. He's the one that's got to drive the furthest. Leave it up to him. We have tomorrow night planned off anyway, and that's going to be a fucking dream. So I get tonight behind me. I got a free night tomorrow night. I know I got to work with my son a little bit on math. He's got exams coming up next week. So, but it will be nice to have no obligation as far as the podcast, as far as the fight camp. Just relax at home tomorrow night. I'm going to take full advantage of that. Man, it's been fucking crazy. But yeah, fight camp is going, it's going awesome. Hey, before I go any further, man, I just want to give a big shout out. Hopefully he's listening. Hopefully he's become, a regular listener here to this show. Big shout out to Aubrey Adonis Martin, my guest last week, episode 123 of the SPLUDECAST. Man, I'll tell you, unbelievable outpouring of fucking positive feedback for that podcast. I got people love Aubrey. Can't thank Aubrey enough for doing that. I know he's going to come back on the show in a couple months. We'll catch up with him, see what's going on. But huge thank you again to Aubrey. And thank you all for the positive feedback. Numbers went pretty crazy for that show. So hopefully we carry those listeners through to this fucking episode. And now that brings me to another point here. I got a lot of fucking cool people booked to come on this show. If you're a regular listener and you plan on continuing to listen, what I will suggest is you go on Netflix and you watch the series titled Murder Mountain. Great fucking series, first of all. It's all about Humboldt County and the cannabis culture there. There's a fucking murder mystery all wrapped up in the series, plus just the story of Murder Mountain of Humboldt County, California, where some of your favorite cannabis comes from, by the way. Anyway, watch that because I've got at least 2, maybe 3, possibly even 4 upcoming guests who were featured on that show. They're going to come on this show and talk a little more in depth about what's going on there up at Murder Mountain, and what their experience was like with Netflix and all this kind of thing. So watch that series. Tune in to get some dig a little deeper. I'm gonna have some of those guys on my show. I got Joe Fascio from the Humboldt Cure. He's coming on, I believe, this Sunday. I got Jason Dookie coming on. I believe that is on February 3rd, so that'll be released, first or second week. And I'm really trying to get John Riley on. I haven't been able to track him down yet. He's the old Vietnam vet that was featured on that show. Anyway, I'm real excited for a lot of future guests coming up. I'm working real hard on getting Sebastian Bach. If anybody out there has a contact for him, I've reached out to him a few times. Really want to get Sebastian Bach on the show. Did I say Sebastian Bach? Sebastian Bach. Yeah, man, I'm really going to work hard to bring you guys some interesting guests with some crazy fucking stories. Really, I want to bring that entertainment to you guys. More importantly, it's my show. And more importantly, I want to have entertaining conversations with interesting people. And that is going to be the focus of this show, at least in the early part of this year. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Check out Murder Mountain. If you haven't already checked out my last episode, if this is your first episode, please go back and check out that episode. Watch I Am a Killer on Netflix, episode 8, Hunted. Watch that first. You'll get to know exactly who Aubrey Martin is, at least how they depict him on television. Man, it was just, that was a lot of fun talking to Aubrey, and very happy with the way that turned out. The phone interviews are a little, I shouldn't say interviews. I don't like to use that fucking word. I don't really set out to interview anybody, even though sometimes it comes across that way. I just want to fucking, shoot the shit with these guys. But, yeah, I hate doing the phone stuff, because it's just, there's just something about the, chemistry when someone's sitting in the chair across from me. And, when you listen to it, you can hear them on the phone, and you can tell it's it's a phone call. And it's a little aggravating in the beginning. You do get used to it, but there's going to be a lot more of that coming up. So fucking buckle up and get used to it. Don't you be complaining either, right? We've already talked about my fucking guns once in this episode. I don't want to have to threaten. Okay. I think I've gone on enough. Anyway, yeah, man, that was a lot of fun, and a lot of fun still to come on this show. Anyway, what else? Oh, yeah, so this is what I wanted to get to, man, the Scrapcast. So my guest this week, Matt Connell, he is the co-host on that show. It's an MMA-centric show. We kind of, we laugh and goof around and talk about other things too, but it's mostly about MMA. We break down fights and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun to do these 42 episodes with Matt Connell. We almost made it a year. Matt's stepping back, taking some time in life to sort some shit out that he's got to, get straight. And so I decided, I was thinking about having another co-host. I was thinking about, just rotating guests. And I thought, man, I have such a great fucking time doing that with Matt. And I think our chemistry is really strong. I mean, the truth is, I just don't want to do that show without Matt. So we're going to put Scrapcast on hiatus. It will likely come back at some point this year. We'll see how it shakes out, man, but it was a lot of fun, and if there are any crossover listeners, I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm sorry to pull that toy away from you, but we'll be back. Really, right now, for me, it's kind of fortunate, timing-wise. It frees up my Tuesday nights again, so yeah, it's silver linings there, right? But I'll tell you, please go and check out episode 42. I just dropped it last night, Tuesday. It's not with Matt. It's with my very good friend of this show, Travis Boyce. Travis came over and filled in for Matt for the final episode before the hiatus. And, man, I was really looking forward to having Travis on, because he was just over in Japan. He was there 12 or 14 days, there for almost a couple weeks. In Japan, he saw some pro wrestling over there, saw the big Ryzen New Year's Eve MMA event over there with Floyd Mayweather. He just a lot to report from Japan, not just about the events and stuff like that. Really tune in if you're a fan of the show. I would probably tell you to go ahead and tune in, because we talked about a lot of different shit, really about his trip to Japan and the culture over there and shit. So check that out. Episode 42 of the Scrapcast. Going to be the last one for a little while. Man, huge shout out to Travis. This kid brought me a whole bunch of fucking shit back from Japan, brought it over as a present to me. I mean, he's the guest. I'm sure I should be giving him presents, Anyway, brought me a bag of fucking very cool shit. Most importantly, he bought me an event tee from the Ryzen event. And, man, I got to tell you, Travis, if you're listening, thank you for the shirt. After you left last night, I went directly to the gym, did a bunch of sparring up there, and already got blood on that shirt. So it went to the right fucking person. Let's put it that way. Anyway, huge thank you to Travis Boyce, and once again, huge thank you to the listeners. We will be back at some point. Stay tuned for more Scrapcast. Speaking of Matt, man, I'll tell you something else I did this weekend. Saturday night, I said, wifey and I haven't had a couple's date, quote unquote, in a very long time. I, in fact, can't even fucking remember the last time we've done something like that. And so we decided to, I had a free night. We decided to invite Matt and his wife Shelby over to the house for some drinks and a couple vapors and some board games. And man, did we have a fucking blast, man. They were here till about 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Just a great goddamn time. I got drunk as fuck on 6 beer. I probably had about 3 or 4 grams of cannabis, though, so maybe that's what I was feeling. But at any rate, man, what a great night. I don't know Shelby very well at all, really, but it was great, spending time with her. We had a lot of laughs, the 4 of us, and it was just a great goddamn time, man. And, of course, Sunday morning, hanging out with Matt again for this show. Just a great weekend, man. I did work a little bbit. We had some frozen pipes at a new building that we took over. Typically nowadays, I'm not going out to those kind of calls. I got a 14-man fucking crew. I'm sending somebody else. But, this is the first time at that building, and I wanted to go over and pitch in and help out, help find, when you take over a building, very little about it. Where's the water main? How do the lines run, and where do they typically freeze? There's a lot to fucking figure out when you first take them over. And so, yeah, I spent most of my Saturday at work working on some frozen pipes. Man, it's been fucking cold. I wish this cold snap would fuck right off because it's made work extra challenging. Anyway, yeah, so that was really nice, after a day of work like that on a Saturday to unwind. Little double date. It's game night. Game night at the Splude household, man. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to Matt and Shelby for coming over and having a good goddamn time. Am I done shooting my fucking mouth off here? I mean, I gotta be getting close, right? Let's see. Oh, fuck. Before I do leave you, I gotta remind you, Hard Times, Season 2, Episode 3, dropped today. Yeah, that's right, today. You've been waiting for it. Now, this one's a very special. I haven't seen it yet. It just dropped this morning. I haven't had time. Just got off work. I haven't seen this yet, but this one is a very special episode because we have a very special guest star. His name is Bernard Robichaud. Fans of the Trailer Park Boys will certainly recognize Bernie. Bernie was Cyrus, the character Cyrus on Trailer Park Boys, and we got him on our series in a couple episodes of Season 2. This first one, it's called, it's Hard Times. Just go on YouTube, search Hard Times, Buck Jardine, Canada Revenue Agent. You will find it. For anybody who doesn't know, if this is your first time listening, Hard Times is it's a web series that I co-star in down here in Atlantic Canada. It is not for the faint of heart. We set out to offend absolutely fucking everybody, and I think we do a pretty goddamn good job at that. Huge shout out to the creator and head writer of that show, Matt Copeland. Man, I'm so happy he asked me to be a part of this project. It's been a ton of fucking fun filming, watching it afterwards, hanging out with all my fucking friends, right? I mean, this show is full of local comics and local characters. It's a little rough around the edges. It's a low budget production, and that's being generous. But just tremendous, man. I'm so fucking proud of it. Check it out. If you like to have a laugh, man, turn it on. Quality comedy in this series. But Season 2, Episode 3 just dropped. I cannot fucking wait to get home from the gym tonight. I'm going to fire up a little bit of Blue Diesel and check out the newest episode. I'll likely watch it twice back to back. A bit of an egomaniac. I don't even know my role in this episode, but we'll see. Yeah, pretty cool, man. That's a pretty big get to have a guy like Bernard Robichaud involved in a, this little web series that we're doing. Fucking totally cool, man. And Bernard, filming with him was absolutely fantastic. You know, when I first was introduced to him, he was obviously a bit reserved. He was probably a little shy, a little nervous. You know, here he is coming in as a hired gun, and you know, of course, we all knew each other, and he's the stranger in the fucking room. Seemed a little reserved. I kind of took it as arrogance, but nothing could be further from the truth, man. He's not an arrogant guy. We ended up having lunch before the filming began the first day, and man, this guy, I'll tell you, anybody who doesn't know anything about Bernie, man, he's he had a form of cancer. I think he had prostate cancer. Yeah. Anyway, he had some kind of cancer in his groin, and he was telling me the story about that and what happened when they took the. Anyways, he had me almost on the fucking floor telling me this medical story. Real funny guy, great guy to fucking hang out with, and just a consummate professional. I can't wait to see how you know his character, how he turns out, how he comes across on the screen. Really exciting. I am also planning on having Bernard Robichaud, aka Cyrus, on this show for a chat coming up in the near future. Now, unfortunately, Bernard, as soon as the day we wrapped with him for the final episode of this season, his final day on set, the very next day, he was loading everything he owns up into a U-Haul and driving to California to live in L.A. and try to make a more of a go of this acting. And man, brilliant fucking actor. I wish him the best of luck. But the unfortunate thing about that is if I do have him on this show, it will certainly be by phone. He'll be in L.A. So anyway, that's all I have for you. That's it. All right. Look at that. Look at that. I let you go after 26 minutes. Right? What a nice fucking guy I am. The SPLUDECAST, episode 124, with my very good friend Matt Connell. You know what to do with it, don't you? Yeah, you just drive her right the fuck into you. All right.
Can fuck off and go to hell. Goddamn, why they criticize me? Now shit is on the rise, so my family despise me. Fuck them and feed them, cause I don't need them. I won't join them if I can beat them. They don't understand my logic. I got to my money and I'm hooked on chronic. I never wanted to hurt a nigga unless you come flexing that trigger. I dig ya. That grave on the east side of town, and you're 6 feet underground. From man to the dust to the ashes, all I remember. Tell me what the Wa-da-da-dang. I'm having illusions, all this confusion driving me mad inside. I'm having illusions, all this confusion fucking me up in my mind. I'm having illusions, all this confusion driving me mad inside. I'm having illusions, all this confusion fucking me up in my mind. Motherfuckers be driving me up.
Matt Connell, if that song doesn't get you excited to have a conversation on a Sunday morning.
Well, makes me think of the SPLUDECAST, that's for sure. I don't think I could ever hear the song without thinking of the SPLUDECAST now.
Yeah, well, that was the idea, right?
I noticed in a few of your outros that you play this like the slower, is it like the original version?
Instrumental.
Instrumental.
Yeah, it's a little.
Okay. Yeah, are you doing that every time now?
I don't know if it was fan created or if Cypress Hill. Yeah, I'm doing it for every outro now.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm trying to. I couldn't logistically for the Aubrey podcast. I had to add it in after the fact. Normally, I play it live while we're finishing up. But yeah, I already had my phone plugged in talking to Aubrey. How was did you listen to that podcast?
Yeah, it came through great.
Did it come through great? I was worried about the quality. I knew the content was fucking great.
It's like any one of those interviews or anything that happens on the phone. You could tell which guy is on the phone and which guy is actually in the studio. Like, that's pretty obvious, but you can still hear crystal clear. You can just tell,
he's on the phone.
He's on the phone.
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah. I don't normally like to do that, but it looks like the future of this show is probably going to be a lot of that.
Well, when you live in a place like St. John, New Brunswick, I think you're kind of limited.
Yeah.
Right. If you want to get out there and start getting some interesting people.
Right. What are you trying to say about my last 123 guests? I mean, what?
Well, nothing. I'm not.
You were 4 of those dudes.
I know, that's the problem.
And fuck, here you are again.
I just mean, when I say interesting people, I mean like people that you normally wouldn't run into in a day-to-day.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to fly down to St. John, New Brunswick to do a podcast.
Yeah, Aubrey's probably, I should have asked Aubrey when his last time on a plane was.
Yeah, well, he doesn't, you know, I'm just going to...
But that's a conversation for another day. I'm going to have him on hopefully multiple times in the future.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, he is now what you call a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a friend of the show.
Yeah, you can say that.
I got a lot of friends.
I'm still fucking trying.
I got a couple enemies
I'm
too.
still trying to catch up from last night here.
Yeah, that was a fun night though.
Yeah, it was fun.
I drank too much. I got hammered fucking right early too. Like right early. Second beer, I was already feeling it.
You were feeling the buzz.
Oh, I was feeling it. And I kept fucking pounding.
It's because that "What Do You Mean" got you, you know.
Yeah, what do you mean? That was Jesus Christ. It's weird. It's weird for me playing that board game because it's a new board game and all the spelling is like fucking like
there's a
spelling
typo,
out you.
yeah.
It's just a U. It's just I don't know, man. I guess it's a modern board game.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of when people do that either. When
No.
they, you know, where are you? Like an R and a U.
Yeah, I don't care for
Or,
that.
Like spell it out.
Yeah, I spell everything out.
Yeah,
I've
so
never
do I.
typed an LOL in my life.
Okay,
Never, ever.
I do an LOL.
Oh, I know you do.
I'm more of a haha guy,
Right.
but I'll double it up.
Yeah, I'm a haha guy too. I don't know why it's stupid, right? I mean, what's the fucking difference of writing haha or laugh out loud?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just
Really, I think to me it depends on like if I'm in a rush or because LOL is a little easier to, you know, it's one letter short, Mark.
right. Saving time all over the place. You know?
What's that up, man? All those one letters between your texting,
Like,
over a lifetime.
Yeah, I know that's true. That's a lot of You know, if you just stay off your fucking phone, you might have some extra time.
Yeah,
too,
but if I
you
didn't
know?
text the wife back, you know,
Yeah,
that could be bigger problems.
LOL.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She only puts LOL when she's mad. So if I
Yeah.
see LOL, it's not good. That's what she says.
Oh, she only puts
Oh,
LOL.
if you
when
see
she's mad.
LOL, I'm mad. She says, oh, yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
beautiful.
it's nice that she warns you, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
She's a haha strictly person.
Oh, good.
she is.
Oh, so if it's LOL, it's
Oh, that means like, oh,
game on.
you're getting attitude.
Yeah.
Right? It's a sarcastic laugh. No, I'm enjoying this laugh.
Right. Maybe that's how I'm gonna fucking use it from now on.
Oh, yeah.
Let people know I'm
She has
pissed
a whole
off.
scientific fucking method to her texting.
Yeah. Well, she is a woman.
The periods come out, right, when she's upset, too.
Oh my God!
Right?
Do they? The blood flows.
Oh,
Holy
it's kind
shit,
of
get the tampons.
Maybe that's why they call it a period in a sentence. Because it just fucking stops everything.
Yeah, that's true. But it seems like it's never ending. So I don't know. I don't know why they should have called it 3 periods.
Oh, yeah.
Dot.
And ellipse.
Stay tuned. 5 to 7 days. Your life's gonna be
Ellipses,
terrible.
That's what it's called, right?
What's it called?
Ellipses, I think.
Ellipses?
Ellipse or ellipses. That's what the 3 dots is called. I'm telling you. I'm not making that shit up. We can look it up.
Ellipses.
Maybe just ellipse.
It's
something
funny.
like
It's
that.
funny how they get the word ellipse in there.
It is kind of funny. Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
They should just call it labia minora and get it over with, for fuck's sakes.
Oh my God, the period stuff. Yeah, you know, it's funny that how LOL is used though, because it's not just used as I was laughing out loud. Like people just put it in fucking anywhere where it makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
If they're mad about, like, you know, like you said, Shelby's using it if she's mad about something.
Right.
It's-
I use it if I'm saying something that is like a little bit sarcastic.
Right.
And I want the other person to know without
Yeah.
a doubt
Yeah.
that this is kind of a joke.
Sure.
Like, then I'll just start throwing in LOLs just at the end of the joke.
Right.
Or something. Just so you know, like this, you know, what I just said was don't read this like I was just saying this. Like,
Yeah.
read it as like I was
It
just
is a
fucking
joke.
around.
Yeah, it is a joke.
Because man, people could take that shit like if some that's the
Texting
problem.
is terrible, man. Texting,
Yeah, I don't
there's
text
no tone. There's none
really.
of that shit.
I text Shelby and you a bit, and then a couple buddies, but like I don't do a lot of texting.
I try to stay away from as much communication as fucking possible. You know,
Yeah.
like in my job, man, I got to communicate all fucking day. Emails, text, phone calls.
If I'm not actually using my phone to like, because I use my phone a lot to watch YouTube videos.
You
like,
do, eh?
like
Yeah.
Fucking obnoxious amount
Yeah.
of time on YouTube.
Right.
And so that's really the best time. If you want to get a hold of me, it's if you get lucky and I'm watching YouTube videos on my phone.
Yeah.
Then you'll get lucky because I'm right there. My phone.
Is that lucky though? Because if I'm watching a YouTube video, I won't fucking respond to a text until it's over
What?
because you got to get out of it. It'll stop fucking playing altogether. That's the one thing about the YouTube app on the phone. It's fucking bullshit.
That's true, but with my phone, if I get the message, I can just hit reply, and I can reply to it like from this other little box, and the YouTube video will keep playing.
Oh, fancy!
Yeah,
Look at you.
You know, I don't know.
What do you?
No iPhone over here, buddy. This is Google phone only.
Fucking Google phone.
2019 technology
Right?
here.
How come you don't have it in a case?
Well, because I'm not a child.
It's because you don't work. Let's be fucking honest here.
I've never been.
I was looking for the honest answer.
I've never been a phone case guy, which is probably why I always smash my phones.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
No,
Those-
I mean,
those go here
I'm
and
no
there.
mathematician.
Right.
What are you watching on YouTube? Like, what are you doing? Spending all this time on YouTube?
Nowadays it's pretty much a lot of sports. Like we don't get ESPN here in Canada,
Right.
so a lot of the ESPN sports shows I'll watch like YouTube clips.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't watch it at home.
Right,
Right.
right.
So it's a lot of that shit. Like people guys talking about football, basketball. I'll watch a lot of UFC, MMA shit.
Yeah.
Podcasts I'll watch on there. I like watching podcasts too, more than even listen to them. Like the video podcasts.
Yeah.
Like Rogan's, I'll watch it more than I'll listen to it.
See, I can't do that because usually I'm consuming podcasts while I'm doing something else.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing this is how fucking retarded I am. So instead of just listening to a podcast, like when I'm making those signs, like I'm in the garage for hours, right?
All right.
I'll be listening to a podcast, but instead of just having it on like Google Play, just listening to like a podcast, I'll have it on YouTube on my phone in the garage, like on the back of something.
Right.
And especially Rogan, because he pulls up fucking pictures and videos and shit all the time.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah.
So if he says, "Oh yeah, look at this," and then he says, then I'll run over to my fucking phone, right?
Right, yeah.
Have a look, see what they're looking at, and then I'll run back over and keep doing what I was
have
doing.
the interactive experience.
Try, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I did that for Rogan a few years ago, but I don't know. I found I enjoyed the voices more when I couldn't see the person because I already had an image in my head. If it was someone I didn't know, you know what I mean?
okay,
One of
yeah.
his guests I didn't know, I'd have a vision in my head of what they look like, and then see what they actually look like, and go, "Oh no, that's
fuck,
fucking
yeah,
no,
way
that's
off.
way off."
I know.
Then the voice will bother me.
I've done that too before with
Yeah.
podcasts where like sometimes I've been I'll do this. I'll be like driving, listening to a Rogan podcast, and I won't know who the guy is. And I'll be about a quarter of the way through it or so, and I'll be like, "Man, this guy's fucking sweet." Like whoever this is.
So you look them up.
Yeah. Man, it doesn't matter. But I'll wait for the next fucking. I can't wait. I'll be at a red light. You know what I mean? I'm like, "Okay, here we go. I gotta check right now. I can't wait 5 more fucking minutes.
Yeah.
To see what this person looks like. I gotta know right now. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's fucking
yeah.
crazy. It's like
That's the world we're in,
I'm
right?
driving up the lights, just I'm like, come on, turn red, turn red. And I'm like the only person in the whole fucking road that's probably thinking that.
Well, yeah, I would say so. I was gonna say you and I drive a lot fucking differently.
But I'll think
because I'm
about-
the asshole behind you, where you're pumping your brakes, hoping for a
Yeah,
fucking
come
red
on,
light.
I'm going exactly the speed limit. I'm like, come on, turn red, you fucker.
Man, I am a monster behind that wheel. I got no business fucking driving. I'm probably gonna die behind the wheel, just a heart attack, fucking screaming
I
at
think
somebody.
I was behind you twice in like the same day. Remember, first thing in the morning.
Oh right, yeah.
And then later in like around supper time, that exact same set
day.
of lights.
Yeah, that's right.
I was
Same
right
spot,
behind you
same
again,
day. Yeah, yeah.
But the second time, Shelby was with me,
Yeah, right.
and we got on the highway, and then you started fucking weaving and moving.
Oh,
and
see
fucking-
ya. Oh yeah, I'm gone.
Shelby looked up and she's like, "Does he always drive like that?" It's just- I was like, "I don't know, maybe he's in a rush."
Yeah, it might be going a little slower than normal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm usually 140 fucking everywhere.
It's like, oh,
you
he
know?
must have a kid in the car. He's barely driving that fucking thing.
Yeah, no, I'm a fucking speed demon and a lunatic, man. And I drive like a fucking idiot. But I also know what I'm doing. I've never been in an accident before.
Yeah.
But I expect everybody else to have my attitude. You know, like get out of my fucking way. Let's go. Pay attention, motherfucker. We got to get places. You know?
I hate when people are going a little bit when people are going a little slower than the speed limit.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why?
Yeah.
Just why? Like how?
Dude,
it just doesn't make any sense to me at all how people can do
I was
that.
going to pick Chaos up this week from school, and I was coming up Hampton Road from Rothsay Road.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
And I got behind this guy, and he was going 40. So, you know, I creep up behind him, and I fucking, you know, I go over to my left, so I make sure he's seeing me
Right.
in his fucking
Right,
mirror,
eye
his
to
side
eye,
mirror,
yeah.
like, hey, buddy, let's
right
get
here.
fucking going here. Come on, you're doing 40. And he slows right down to 30
Piss you off.
the whole way to his fucking school. And I'm playing it cool. I'm not riding his ass, right? I did that in the beginning, like pulled up, like, come on,
Hopefully,
buddy,
like, he'll
let's,
pick
you
it
know,
up, yeah.
And then I back off, man, because there's no way I'm going to fucking bang into somebody. That's not happening in my life, dude. I go to work every day, and I see a lineup of cars all smashed into each other. Every fucking day.
It's mind-blowing. That high, people just like, it's like people just get driving, and they're just like, oh, fuck it. Like, I'll just close my eyes and just fucking feel it out.
I think, like, they're all in a rush. They're all in the fast lane. They're all bumper to fucking bumper. And, you know, they forget that other people got to get on the highway. People pump the brakes.
You know what I think people do, too, is I think people are using cruise control at those fucking times in the morning when it's just fucking bumper to bumper.
How stupid would that fucking be?
I bet you they are, man. They're like, oh, we got a good... traffic's going smooth now. Boom, bit cruise. You know, get back on the phone, see what else is going on Facebook.
Yeah, crash.
And then
next every fucking morning, man.
It's because people are fucking retarded. People are retarded. Can we say that word in 2019?
Oh, you can say it on this show. This is a safe space.
Even in 2019?
Oh, yeah. This is a safe space for comics.
Do you think 2019, is it going to get worse or better? For all that
I think it's going to get worse. And then I think it's going to remain worse in 2020 because, let's face it, there's going to be another American election. Right? That's going to fucking trigger everybody.
Yeah. This is going to be a big
It's going to. I honestly think that election, it doesn't even matter who runs against Trump. It's going to be the most interesting.
Yeah,
I think
this is going to be good
because Trump's going to. He's going to fucking hit you with things that he got done. He's got a lot of fucking shit done already, and he's only halfway through.
I couldn't disagree.
So he's going to come out and go, "I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that."
He's got nothing done.
Listen, we're not going to get right into it
the
here.
The only thing he kind of got done was that terrible tax bill that ended up fucking everything over anyway. So like nobody wants that.
He's bringing all the fucking factory jobs back.
No, he's not.
He's bringing them all back.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's having a big argument with GM because they're like, we can't afford.
You got to stay off CNN. You got to stay off fucking CNN.
I don't watch CNN.
You got to
stay off Fox News.
No, he's not going to bail out these car companies again. He's not going to fucking do it, man. The government's been fucking doing that for decades, and it's got them nowhere. It's got them fucking nowhere. Make a better vehicle. How about that?
That's not the problem. They're just saying they're going to just get it made. They're just going to go like instead of because they can't afford to make them here and then ship them to other countries. They're just going to say, hey, those other countries that are going to sell them there, we're just going to allow you guys to make them there because Trump's making it way too expensive for us.
See, you're going to be one of those triggered assholes when Trump gets reelected.
Oh, he won't get reelected. Oh, I shouldn't say he won't. We already talked about this,
dude. It's a reality TV show. The whole fucking American politics.
I won't be able to predict if the person will be able to beat him or not.
Right.
Until I know who it is.
Oh, okay. So you're like Tabrez, right? Like
once it's just one of those things where
do you know Tabrez?
No.
My friend the mentalist?
No.
So he did a big fucking gimmick when the 2016 election happened. And he's like, I'm going to, forecast the fucking winner of the election. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I thought, well, if the answer is not Trump, you are not a mentalist, and you don't have this fucking shit figured out, bud.
Right.
And he went Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
I had already picked fucking Trump. I knew Trump was going to win as soon as he got in the fucking race.
See,
he's the most famous.
No, see, Bernie would have beat Trump without a doubt. And hopefully he gets a chance this year. Now, the problem is...
His own party sabotages him, dude. His own fucking party is the one sabotaging him. How can he win?
Well, it's because but that's my point. Yeah. That's my point.
The people will vote for him. I don't disagree with you. But he won't get a chance.
I get it, but that's why I'm saying I have to wait till I see who the other guy is. Because is the DNC going to fuck over the guy who's actually should win and who the people are voting for?
The guy, by the way, is probably going to be a girl from that side.
Maybe, but the person, I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah, right.
But my point is is it good? Is the actual person who's getting the votes going to win?
Don't yell at me, Matt.
Or is it going to be the DNC fucking people fucking it over and rigging it again? Like if it's not fucked around, which I doubt it will be this time because people will be looking through that motherfucker with a fine tooth comb this time around.
Oh yeah.
They'll be going to
Russian account
ballots. The only thing that's got me concerned is I think Bernie might not run because Elizabeth Warren's running. They're like besties and
right.
And I don't think Elizabeth Warren has as good of a shot as Bernie does.
Right.
At beating Trump.
Yeah.
She's like.
I don't know what that party is thinking. If they roll out another woman, and I'm almost positive they're gonna.
Well, it depends. Like
the world hasn't changed as much as they think.
The problem with the Democrat, not the problem, but the problem when you're talking to someone is when from like this side of the table is there's in my mind there's like establishment Democrats. There's your Hillary Clintons, your Bookers, those like just fucking Pelosi. Chuck Schumer, all those fuckers, those are all like establishment Democrats.
Sure.
And, but I'm more of like the new age progressive Bernie, all those just actually.
First of all, you're not American.
Right. But maybe that's why I like those guys is because they're kind of pushing the Canadian, what we already kind of have here. Right. And I want to be able to eventually go to that country and, I don't even care. I don't even have an interest in going to visit the States.
Never.
Because, like, it's just a shit show right now. It's
Well,
not worth it, man. That, like, and because of that, our dollar's fucking worth nothing now. And
if they legalize weed, maybe I'll visit.
it will happen.
I think it's going to happen.
Problem
Listen, Trump's already been talking about it, man. Make no mistake.
Trump won't do it.
If he pulls that fucking card,
he can't do
If he
it.
pulls that card this year or early next year,
he won't be able to do it.
Oh, forget about it.
He won't be able to do it because the people that are on his side are dead against it. So if he starts to come out, they're all going to turn on him, and he's going to have nobody.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that.
Oh, you're wrong.
He doesn't care about
You're
that,
wrong.
dude. He's a fucking lone wolf. He's a lone
No, he's
wolf.
not.
Yes, he
you
is.
are
He's
such
a
a
lone
fucking
wolf,
Trump
bud.
mark. It's unbelievable. He is the furthest thing from a lone wolf, buddy.
Oh, he's a lone wolf.
Yeah, as much as fucking
He does shit his
Kim
own
Jong-il,
way.
bud.
Listen, no one's a lone wolf in there. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter. We could sit here and say, oh, you know, the American people will do this, they'll do that. It doesn't even matter because their system is so goddamn crooked.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Like, they put in all their votes, and then the government goes, cool, these are your votes, okay. But we got to run it through this electoral college here.
That's
and
so
these
weird,
guys are
man.
going to decide really who the president. What are you talking about? We all voted. Just count the votes, the highest number. Oh, no. We got to run it through the college here.
I also hate, like, it's... Yeah, and, like, the state...
Everything should be done on fucking line.
Like, how does North Dakota have the same amount of impact on the election that California does?
Yeah.
Right? A
Yeah.
state with, you know, whatever, a few million people with a state with 30 million.
Yeah. They should just count every vote.
It should be population vote.
Yeah.
A percentage point.
Exactly.
Like, it is
who
what it
got
is.
the most votes? That's who fucking wins. Otherwise, why are we taking a vote?
You know what else?
It makes no
You know
sense.
what else I thought? And it wouldn't work for this country because we're not as divided here. Like, even our parties. Now they're starting to get that way, but that's just the Trump effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's bringing out all the retard conservatives
Yeah.
and all that shit, and it's fucking...
Well, it's social media, right? Everyone here sees what's going on down there, and they go, well, we want to be important in politics.
Right,
too,
right.
you
So
know.
that'll die down in Canada, but Canada's not a big deal with that stuff. But in the States, the more I think of it, I think the founding fathers over there had it right. They just let each state figure their own shit out. And if you want it, like, if California wants to make fucking mushrooms and cocaine legal and fucking prostitution, they should be able to do it without asking anyone.
It's too muddy that way, though, dude. It's too muddy that way.
But I think,
you got to do it.
And if you don't want to live there, if you want to live in a state that all this shit's illegal, well, go move this state over here.
Yeah.
Right, and work there.
Yeah,
and
right.
Live there, and you can
Yeah,
live
you
in
got
that-
choices.
Right, but if you want to
Yeah.
live in a, say you want you don't want any prohibition against anything, you're gonna go live in this state that fucking is. You know, there's mushrooms, there's marijuana, and then, you know, you can just live. I bet you the states that just like had that kind of shit would be the states with almost no crime.
Right.
Like if you look at some of those, like,
Yeah, the other states would be fucking empty, bud. There wouldn't be anybody in those other fucking
well, there'd
states.
be religious people.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's Utah.
Maybe, but
Right.
but wouldn't that answer a lot of questions for Americans? The whole 50% of Americans to say they don't want this.
Well, listen, those numbers
Right?
fucking come from, mainstream media, dude. So, just take a look at Amsterdam and look at this country that we're in just alone, right?
Yeah.
They freed the weed. Everything's fucking beautiful. Everyone's happy.
Oh, everyone's
Just
happy.
free it. That's it, you know? And, they said in Colorado, the car crashes went up, right? As soon as they legalized weed, the amount of car accidents went up. Yeah. What they don't tell you about that stat is most of those car accidents were from texting and driving.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Nothing.
Now maybe they were high while they were doing it.
Right.
But that's where the accidents. That's where the increase
They
was.
just
But
test, right. They got in an accident because they were texting.
Yeah.
And then they got tested because they got in the accident.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you also had marijuana in your system.
Yeah.
So now it's
Yeah.
it's that.
Yeah. It's like your dad getting shot.
Do you have
and because I own a gun, I'm guilty automatically.
right.
Yeah.
So
Must have been him.
This is something that I thought was a bit of a undersell. So for Cannabis NB, so on their bottles, their flower, they have this label on it, and I think it's supposed to like deter you from making bad decisions. It's like I think it says.
Well, we have the documents.
Do you have? Okay,
we have.
I wonder if it's on one of those ones. I wonder if you have the same.
I've got a couple different ones. I think.
Because I don't want to fuck it up, so I'm hoping one of these has that label on it.
There, you take that one.
I don't see it on this.
Doesn't that smell good when I open the fucking lid on that?
Oh,
though?
it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful.
Oh, dude, we consumed a lot of
What
cannabis
it says,
last night.
it says like, don't drink under the influence, or whatever. It's great advice. But it says, 8,000 were injured, or 8,000 people were involved in accidents under the influence. And I was thinking in Canada,
Right.
but I was thinking this is a country of 30 million people,
I like those odds.
right?
Yeah.
30 million. What percentage of Canadians think smoke weed?
I would say at least 40%.
Okay.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Do
probably.
you think that's too high?
No, I think
it might be too low.
I was thinking around 50, so I think 40 may be more reasonable.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so 40%. Well, they can't keep it in
but
stock, so enough people.
I think exactly. I think it's jumped at least 10% since legalization.
So let's just keep it. Let's keep it a straight number. Say 10 million people in Canada smoke weed.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Out of 10 million people, 8,000 of them were involved and not even died.
You're right. Just involved.
Just involved. Not
that's-
even maybe their fault.
Sure. Just they were there.
They were there.
Yeah.
8,000 out of 10 million.
Yeah, I love that number.
I like those odds.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It's better than Russian roulette. I'll tell you that.
I was thinking, like, this isn't a number that people are going to look at in my mind and go, oh shit, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Right. To me, I'm looking at 8,000
Yeah,
out of 10 million
Yeah,
people.
Come on, that's your biggest
Because
stat.
if you
That's
look-
the biggest way they can scare you with weed.
Look at
you
how
know?
many accidents happen with alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't put that number.
No.
Yeah, there's no comparison to
No.
that. No.
This is probably more like 100.
Well, you know, and I was thinking last night, man, like Cannabis New Brunswick, they're laying off all these people, right? Huge rounds of
Oh,
layoffs
yeah, you were
coming
telling me that last night.
because they can't keep any supply, which is crazy.
Every time you go in there, they got maybe 2, maybe 3 tops.
And you know, for me, a guy like me, man, I like the culture of weed. You know what I mean? I like the cannabis culture. When you walk into that place, that's all gone. You don't feel any of that. And what pisses me off is, you know, they control all the labeling, right?
You're right.
They don't at the liquor store.
No.
Like if I like the way a Dos Equis box looks, or I collect these special bottles or whatever, that's why a lot of people buy products at the liquor store based on the way they look.
I've bought
presentation,
craft beer based on the bottle. Like
Exactly.
like there's one as a pug
name,
on it and
the
shit.
bottle, yeah.
Like there's funny labels and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Or I'm like, man, that's funny, or is it good? Or that's a really cool bottle or a can.
Exactly.
And I'll pick up like a single one or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole idea, man.
Yeah, and when it comes to weed, man, there is very specific and special packaging that
it's
these
there
companies do. You know,
Yeah.
that look really fucking cool.
And it can't-
you know,
it can't-
like Gastown. You ever see their
No.
shit? So Gastown has great stuff. The Humboldt Cure, buddy's coming on in a couple weeks on this
Oh,
show.
the Illuminati guy?
Yeah, they've got fucking great looking jars that they send their shit out in. Like, it's just such a big miss on their
Yeah.
part to eliminate the culture. You know,
Yeah,
you don't see a fucking marijuana leaf anywhere in that fucking place. Like nowhere. And I'm not saying you got to have big flags of Bob Marley in there. You know what I mean? You don't need
Wouldn't
that.
hurt to
but
have one, though.
Wouldn't hurt. Right?
You know
Wouldn't
what I
hurt.
mean?
This is what fucking people love about it, dude, is the culture.
They're not even-
and that doesn't even exist in booze. There's no booze culture. You
They're
know what
not
I mean?
even allowing celebrities to endorse
No, I know.
cannabis.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Like Tommy Chung wants to, like he lives in Canada now. He lives in Vancouver.
Yeah, right.
He moved here. I think he moved here as soon as the Trump election.
Right.
But he said most reason why he moved here, his wife was Canadian.
Yeah.
And there's the healthcare.
Right.
Right? He said,
Oh,
why wouldn't I fucking move there?
Absolutely.
There for
Makes
health.
sense. Well, plus his country locked him up for selling bongs that he didn't even fucking sell. It wasn't even his company. It was his son's company. They just used Tommy's likeness, you know, with his consent, obviously.
Yeah.
And Tommy ended up doing like 2 years in fucking prison for it.
Okay, I'm not. I know
It's
I said Tommy Chung,
ridiculous.
but I'm wrong. I'm thinking of somebody else who lives in Canada now, in Vancouver, for that reason. And I think he moved here like right around the same time that Canada legalized cannabis.
Oh, nice.
And he
yeah.
was just like, why not? He's like, go there. We got
Just
free-
another pot culture
Yeah,
kind of guy.
and his
yeah.
wife's Canadian, so it's an easy move for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
They don't need to go through all the rigmarole to get over here. It's a little easier because of that, I guess.
But yeah, Cannabis NB is fucking up, dude. They're fucking up.
I understand the
They
government.
just should have privatized it, man.
I
Just leave
understand
it
the
open.
government concerned for their own well-being and not wanting to lose all the money.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But you can't handle it. You don't know what this industry. You don't know what it's about. The government and the thing, I don't blame the government. Shouldn't be the ones that are coming in saying this is what cannabis should be. They should just be like, listen, we're not going to arrest you for it anymore.
Yeah.
And if you want to be a seller, well, this is the tax rates and this is what you got to pay. And this is all your.
Well, this is how you got to get licensed and stuff.
Right?
They're still going to pick up a lot of fucking money, man, just on the taxes alone.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I bet you them just, you know, the scrambling that they're doing to try to keep the supply chain going, they're probably losing fucking money because they're probably expediting parcels that, you know, probably didn't need to be, you know what I mean?
And they should just have restrictions for like, so for your growers, if you're gonna sell, then you're the grower. You can't just grow in your fucking backyard and then sell.
Yeah.
You know, at some big.
It's got to be lab tested.
It's got to be lab tested.
It's got to be lab
so they
fucking
can set
tested,
up
man.
restrictions. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to necessarily say only these growers can sell, but if you have a grower that wants to sell, well, this is the criteria he needs to meet.
Yeah.
And if he can meet this criteria, we'll go in, we'll check it all over.
Yeah.
If he passes, then boom, you can start ordering from this. Now we got another approved Canadian grower.
Exactly.
And then
and it benefits them. They make
it
more
benefits
money. Like they're not
everyone.
fucking paying. Like
No.
Like think of how many times you've
Because they're
gone
going
to
to charge
Cannabis
all
NB.
that, right? To go do that inspection, they're going to charge the company.
Oh, of
Right?
course.
Oh, that's a $500 inspection.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? All that, like, they're
Could
gonna,
be 5,000. They can put whatever number they
Whatever
want
they
on
want.
it. You know. But how many times have you gone in there and left empty-handed?
A few times.
Right.
Yeah.
So same with me. More times than I've left with product.
I would have done it yesterday if we had any.
Yeah.
But we were out.
Yeah, right.
So I walked in there and I was like, what do you got? Oh, we got I said flowered. I don't want any of this fucking hybrid, with because they have flower there that's like CBD and THC and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like 8% on each. I was like,
Yeah.
none of that. Just
It's good stuff though.
Yeah, I
you know,
get it.
I buy that stuff for making tea.
oh,
It's great for that.
That would make sense. For
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
then. I already have.
But I know what you mean.
But I already have CBD
There
oil
are
and all that.
they're really pushing a lot of strains with CBD,
Yeah.
which I think is great for the consumer because it does take the CBD with the THC is a perfect balance because it kills some of that paranoia and anxiety and stuff
Right.
that the THC gives. The CBD levels that out, so it is good for like new users and people like that and frail-minded people. But for fucking professionals like us,
Right.
If I want CBD, I'll tell you I want it.
Like when I walk in
know?
there now and they're like, sativa or indica?
Yeah.
I go, listen, I don't care. Normally,
Listen, we both know you don't know what the fuck you're talking
I
about.
used to walk into dispensaries and say, what do you got for a good sativa? Is what I used to say. Now, I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
I said, just what's your best strain you have in your store right now?
Yeah.
Is what I say to them.
Right.
And then I kind of work from there.
Sure.
And I just look at all the percentage points and try to find the highest percentage point when I'm in there. Because, most of them are only like around 15%. Like,
Yeah,
that's the norm.
13 to 15 is pretty
Yeah.
much the normal there. Now, what you go in yesterday?
You're right.
So
And
what
all
happened?
they have is one strain,
Just one.
Lestrada.
So they
And
only
they
have one
only-
strain in
Well,
in
they have
grams?
two strains.
Right.
But one strain or strand, sorry.
No, it is strain. It's not fucking
I
strain.
know. I just wanted to
All
piss
right,
you off.
but there, yeah.
One strain is they have two things of houndstooth, 15-gram boxes, two of them.
Oh, my jeez. How much were the 15 grammers? $196.
No, these ones I think they were expensive, 100 and something.
Yeah.
100 and
Yeah.
100 and something
Ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So then the Lestrada, all they have is 1 gram bottles. There's a ton of 1 gram bottles of it.
That's it.
That's it. So I was like, just give me like 3 or 4 of those, I guess.
3 or 4 of them. And what was the percent on that batch?
16.5.
That's not too bad. I don't like that Lestrada stuff. And you know what's funny is
No.
you brought your vaporizer over last night. We got together and we had some board game fun last night.
some
Me, you, and the
lollipop.
ladies. And of course you brought your vaporizer. I had mine, and I had a strain from across the country,
Right.
From a maybe not a licensed producer.
But, we get it either way.
Yeah, exactly. And you brought your vaporizer full of this fucking Lestrada stuff. And what I noticed right away, my biggest complaint with them is how dry their fucking cannabis is. And we really noticed the difference last night, right?
Yeah, for
We
sure.
passed around my vaporizer smooth the whole way. Passed around yours, and after the first round of it going around, when it came back to me, harsh as fuck, dry as a
Actually,
boot.
Shelby and I just picked up because that's the biggest issue with all the cannabis MB flowers. It's dry as fuck.
Exactly.
So we bought this little thing. It's like they say you're supposed to put it in like a mason jar, put your flower in a mason jar, and put one of these things in, tighten it up.
Little moisturizer.
Yeah,
deal.
like a little moisturizer thing. So we bought one of those. Hopefully that'll, because we're like, man, we bought 4 grams of this dry shit. Like,
Hold on. What did you pay for this thing?
oh, I don't know. It wasn't much.
Okay. Because you can just use a piece of bread. Just tear off a little piece of bread, throw it in
To
there.
be
with
honest,
it,
I don't even think I have bread at home.
I love your priorities.
I don't need a lot-
Yesterday was shopping day.
Yeah.
I got no bread and I got no weed. We're getting the fucking weed.
Yeah, we didn't get bread. I'm not a big bread guy. I don't eat a lot of bread.
Right.
I barely eat any bread, to be honest.
I guess you could use like a piece of apple.
You think I have apple?
If I don't have bread, I definitely ain't got no fucking apples.
Fucking me
Jesus
apple.
Christ.
Shelby picked up apples today. She goes, I picked up your favorite Honey Crisp. I said, I hope they're your favorite too, babe.
Your Honey Crisp what?
Apples?
Oh,
They're my
okay.
favorite apple,
Oh,
right?
okay. Right. I hope they're your favorite.
And she goes, I got your favorite. And I go, listen, man, I hope they're your favorite because I'm not feeling an apple. I'm not on an apple train.
Yeah, you almost got to be in the mood for some fruit, right? Like this
Yeah.
week, I'm gonna eat fucking an apple every
You
day,
gotta,
or
like,
I want tangerines
talk
for this
yourself
week.
into
or-
it a
yeah,
bit.
almost. Yeah, that's right.
Right? The only time
Yeah.
I can really eat like an apple or an orange is if like I'm on the go.
Right.
Like if I'm jumping in the car and going somewhere, like I can grab an apple and just kind of eat on it as I'm driving. Maybe not an orange. Peeling those things can be a little sketchy on the road.
But, you know, sometimes wifey and I will get on a health kick. Our diet is, you know, I try to eat as healthy as possible during the day, and she eats almost nothing during the day.
Yeah.
And then at night, I'll make us something fucking horrible for you.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
something
what I do.
covered in
That's
melted
like me.
cheese.
That's what I do. That's
you
like
know.
us. The same thing.
You
We do
know,
the same thing.
So sometimes we'll get on a kick. We'll go, okay, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to do fruit trays, right? So she'll make this fucking fruit dip, you know, out of whatever the fuck she
Right.
does. And we'll cut up a bunch of fruit. That's when I really enjoy fruit, is like at night, high as a fucking kite, and I'm eating fruit.
Oh, see, I can't. Shelby does that. I can't. When I'm high as a fucking kite, man, I need like chocolate.
I know, but have you tried it though?
I don't really like.
All right. Well, someday I'll have you over. We'll do a podcast radio.
Well,
we'll have the
some
fucking fruit tray here.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
man. I'm telling you. Yeah, it is good when you're stoned. You know, of course, all those flavors.
There's a lot of sugar in that motherfucker too.
Yeah, that's the only problem. And the problem with doing that, the way we were doing it, it's not even healthy to eat all that fruit at night right before bed.
Right. It's like Shelby. She's like, oh, like watermelon. I'm like, it's not healthy for you, babe. If you eat like the whole fucking thing. You know how she eats watermelon? It's actually when I see.
love watermelon.
It makes sense.
Do you eat it?
No.
Because you're a finicky eater.
Yeah, I don't like watermelon.
We're going to talk about your diet.
But you know what my favorite juice is?
What's your favorite juice?
Watermelon juice.
Watermelon juice. What do you mean juice?
Like Tropicana, I think.
Oh, like to actually drink it. Okay, I was thinking
yeah.
like smoked juice or.
Oh no, I don't smoke like
Drinking
that.
watermelon juice? I didn't even know they fucking sold it.
Oh, Tropicana makes it. It's so fucking good.
Oh, I imagine it would be.
Oh, it's so good. It's my
Man,
favorite.
that'd be good in a smoothie. A little bit of banana.
Oh, probably.
Oh, now we're on to something.
Superstar,
Watermelon,
right, there you go.
banana,
Let's put it on the list.
smoothie. I've never even heard that combination ever, like even at, Booster Juice or anything.
What is that?
Watermelon, banana.
You could.
I gotta try this
You
shit.
could maybe make something here. You know, take off.
Man, I'd like to smoke. I'd like to smoke a strain that was called watermelon banana.
Splude smoothies.
Yes,
There we go.
spludies.
Smoothies. Yeah, I don't know if that would be a bit much.
That's a bit gross.
That's a bit much.
But you're a picky eater.
Yeah, I'm a picky eater, but it's kind of the same thing with us. Like I do a lot of intermittent fasting where I won't eat for like all day until like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'll eat like supper.
Yeah. You don't feel like I never eat breakfast. Never.
Yeah,
like I don't start eating until like maybe at 11
Me almost
o'clock.
never. I picked up that wrap this morning because I thought like, oh, it'd be a good thing, gets out of my stomach
some
or whatever.
energy.
But I got like halfway through it and I was like, it's too much. Like,
Yeah.
It's too early for me to eat.
Yeah.
Like I need to get up and do some things, get awake. Usually drink a coffee first.
Yeah, get
and
the
then,
system
and then
going.
I can get something to eat. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a coffee every day?
No.
You don't have to have it every
No.
day. That's kind of like me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I there's some guys at work, man, that have like 6-7 cups of coffee a day.
Yeah, I know. If Shelby
And
and I,
that just fucking dry me right out.
it
Dude.
really just depends. Like if Shelby and I, it's one of those days that we're getting up and getting ready and going out.
Yeah.
We'll stop and grab coffee.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's part of the routine, right?
Or yeah, like now at school, or if I'm working and like that, I'll have a coffee every day. Then, like in the morning, when I first wake up, I'll make one.
If you're in a routine.
If I'm routine,
Yeah.
getting up for school, getting up for work, something like that, I'll make one every morning at home. But
Yeah.
like on a weekend, not likely unless I wake up in the morning
Yeah, for a SPLUDECAST.
for fucking. Then I'll have a coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't. But by 11 a.m., I'm fucking starving. So I don't think that type of intermittent fasting.
Yeah,
I mean,
doesn't work for you.
I already kind of do it anyway. If I stop eating at 10 p.m. and then I'm not eating again until 11 a.m., it's almost it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
But,
I'll eat like dog shit at night.
I'll kill someone like by 2 p.m. if I don't eat.
Okay.
I start getting real angry.
So now I just, to be honest, this may sound fucking retarded. This may sound a little
Not
bit,
coming from
This
you.
may sound
No,
this may sound a little
couldn't
touch, but I kind of just listen to my body.
Right.
As gay as that sounds.
Oh, nice.
As gay as that sounds.
Sure.
Like
I listen to my heart.
Like there's some days where I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna eat till like 6 o'clock today.
Right.
But then like 3:30, 4 o'clock rolls around, and I'm fucking starving. Yeah. And I can't beat it, then I'll just be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna eat something.
Yeah.
But there's some days where I'll say I don't want to eat till 6, and I'll start getting hungry around 3. But I'll hold off to like 3:30, 4.
Sure.
And then it'll go away, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll drink a lot. Like the
Water.
That's what
Water's
the days
key.
that I know I'm doing it, I just drink a ton of fucking water, and
Yeah.
I find that helps big time.
Oh, big time, yeah. If you can pump her right in, if you can stomach that and just
They
fucking
say if you
slam the
put
water.
like if you drink like lemon water, I guess that helps more too.
That's what they say, but
I don't know how much.
I would say, all Jamie drinks is lemon water. Anytime she's drinking water, it's got fucking lemons in it.
Okay.
And I hate lemons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Coming around a little bit more now, which is kind of weird. Now I
Shelby's
don't
allergic
mind.
to them, so we don't have them ever.
Allergic to lemons?
And
oh,
limes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she's allergic to limes.
Yeah, both.
That's terrible news for a cerveza lover
Yeah,
like me.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't care for that.
When we were in Halifax, I got a fucking Corona, and they bring over the lime edge.
Right.
I sing it in, take a drink, and then I go. I still got all of my lips. I'm like, can I have a kiss? She's like, are you fucking kidding me?
What would happen? What would happen?
Nothing like life threatening. It's just like, the funny part is like she has to run to the bathroom real soon.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of.
Oh, wow.
But then her lips will all swell up and gross. Like they'll get all swollen up and like numb and shit like that.
Oh,
and
shit.
her stomach, it's all fucky.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, it happened. The only time I really seen it happen with
She's
her,
vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time I seen it with her is the spinach dip at Jungle Gyms. They have like lemon in it or lime. They have lemon juice in it or
they
something.
sneak it in there.
And we saw it, and I read it, and I was like, "That gonna be a problem?" And she's like, "Oh, it's probably not real lemon, because if it's like fake shit, it doesn't really affect her as much."
Yeah,
you know
right.
What I mean,
yeah.
And
What happened?
Oh, we were like 3/4 done our meal, and she's like, "We gotta go home.
Oh no.
We gotta go home." Right now.
Oh no. That sucks,
Fuck,
dude.
let's go. We got the rest takeout. Let's get the fuck out of here. It was like,
Pack this up quick. We gotta go.
oh yeah, I'm fucking right into those.
So what is your like? I keep hearing this. Shelby tells me, and you tell me too. You're a picky eater. So what do you eat most?
For like supper?
Yeah, just like what do you?
Chicken and rather rice, potatoes.
Right.
Mostly rice.
Mostly rice and chicken. You don't get into like a lot of steak or
In the summer.
yeah,
Yeah, in the summer I eat a lot of steak
yeah.
because I barbecue a lot in the summer.
Because you're a little weird. I remember the first time I went over to your place for a UFC, and you're like, "Oh, it's nachos. We're gonna do nachos." I'm like,
a little
"Oh,
weird,
sweet."
yeah.
You're a little weird.
You're a little.
No salsa.
I know Shelby called me out for that too, but like
No salsa.
without even telling
But you
her.
said nachos, so very misleading.
Yeah, I don't eat salsa. I don't like it, and
Right.
I don't think of it. Right?
Right.
Like Shelby gets the salsa because she eats it. I
Yeah.
don't think about picking up fucking salsa ever in my life.
Right.
And then you said, "Oh, I know salsa," and I was like, "Oh, fuck!" And then the next day, Shelby said, "Oh, what'd you guys do?" I said, "Oh, I made a big thing of nachos." And she goes, "First thing is shit. Did you remember salsa?" And I said, "No, I forgot." And I said, "Mark, fucking first thing you complained about." She's like, "Well, obviously."
Yeah, it's nachos. Jesus Christ. What don't you like about the salsa? What's
Just the taste and
the taste
Like
of
I'm a big texture. Texture may be the biggest thing with me more than taste.
right? So you don't eat seafood, obviously.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. The only way I eat fish, bud, if it's deep fried and beer battered.
Right.
Okay, that's
but you only want fish. You don't eat shrimp and scallops and
No, just
lobster. You don't
haddock.
fuck around with that. Just haddock.
Just haddock. Buddy.
Battered.
and deep fried, buddy. There we go. That's how you get me into the side of
So
fries.
do you go to Deluxe every now and again?
No,
for fish?
never.
No,
I'll go to like Peppers has an amazing fish and chips.
they really do.
Like I man, that's it's my go-to. If I go to a restaurant and I can't find anything I like,
Yeah.
if they got fish and chips like a haddock thing,
Oh, you'll go with that.
I'll
then?
be like, I'll go with that.
You'd go with
'Cause
that
you really
over like a
can't-
club sandwich or something like
Oh,
that.
I won't eat a club sandwich.
You won't eat a club sandwich. Why won't you eat a club
Because
sandwich?
80% of that stuff, I'd have to ask for like almost everything off of it.
Right. You don't eat vegetables.
No,
Is
I
what we're
don't eat
talking
lettuce.
about?
I don't eat
You're
mayonnaise.
married to a vegetarian.
I'll murder someone.
This is actually a good. That's a good balance, right? She eats all the vegetables.
yin
You eat
and
all the
yang.
everything else.
Right, that's the way it works. The funny thing is, like we can't even share a pizza, right? Like most people, like couples, they'll share a pizza. It's a good cheap
Sure.
dinner to have.
Yeah.
Not in our house.
Right.
Pizza, because we have to buy our own individual pizzas.
Why? Why?
Well, because she won't do a 50-50 thing.
How
Because she's
come?
worried that, like, because it's on the same. She doesn't want the same box,
Right.
right?
One of those pieces of meat could still be alive and jump over.
Oh, the juices could have like you know anything.
Sure. Right.
So she doesn't
You can't
want
be
it.
too careful.
So we go to like Eastside Bear or something like that, or we'll go somewhere. She's like, we were just at Boston Pizza for birthday dinner around Boxing Day,
Right.
and we each got a pizza. She got like a vegetarian pizza.
Yeah.
And then the very next, waitress comes over to me and she's like, "Oh, what do you have?" All meat.
All
That's
meat.
all I
That's
get.
fucking hilarious.
It's literally yin and yang.
You don't put any like tomatoes or nothing on your
The sauce.
pizza.
That's about it.
Yeah. That's fucking great. Why is your wife vegetarian? Is it like what kind? Why did she choose that?
She turned vegetarian when she was.
And you know what I love about her is you never know.
No,
she's
she
not one
doesn't-
of these fucking idiots that tells you nonstop.
No, the only way
you know.
you'll know is if someone's trying to feed her something.
Right.
And then she'll be like, "Well, what is it?"
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't like, you know what I mean. She turns
If
down.
there's some roll,
if she doesn't-
something rolled up,
right?
and you,
She's
hey,
not,
what's
if she
in
doesn't
there?
know 100% what it is,
Right.
she won't eat it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, because candy, you got to be dangerous because it's gelatin and candy,
Oh, okay.
right? Like gelatin's bone marrow. Like,
Yeah.
like fucking Swedish berries she can't eat, for example.
Jeez.
Like, fuzzy pizzas.
I can't
and shit
imagine
like
a
that.
world.
Gummy worms, like all that shit she can't eat.
Oh, no.
Because it's all got gelatin in it.
Right.
So like she has to be on that high alert.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have the patience to be a fucking vegetarian.
It's worse, I think, to be vegan. I think.
Like, what if you're starving?
But she turned vegetarian.
And all there is Swedish berries, and you're starving.
Man,
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
You ever caught her cheating?
No.
Slipping?
No, never. I asked her once if she ever cheated, and she said never. She said the only time she ever thought about, like, oh, I wish I could eat. She never even said that she wanted to cheat. She just thought, like, moments of, oh, I wish I ate
That
meat.
look, yeah.
And it was when her mom made, like, shake and bake chicken.
Yeah,
Right. She just remembered, like, before she turned vegetarian, that was, like, one meal that she really liked.
Yeah.
That was, like, meat.
Yeah.
And whenever her mom would make it, she would just be like,
she enjoyed it.
She enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But she turned vegetarian at 10.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she's been vegetarian for like 13 years now.
Yeah, so she's not a trendy vegetarian. Okay.
Yeah, she told me, it's probably better to ask her, but I obviously know the story. She's told me probably 1,500 times.
Sure.
I probably know it better than her.
1,400, you were listening.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, you get a few of them, right?
Sure. I call that free
think
time, but
she said when
that's
she's-
free time.
yeah,
they retell a story. You just go, go into your brain and start.
Oh, my
yeah.
God,
Oh, yeah.
What happened next?
Free time.
Oh, what did Rebecca say? Oh, really? That bitch.
She is a bitch.
Yeah, fucking anyone named Becca. Really? Yeah, no, I think she told me when she turned 9, like when she was 9, she started asking like 8 and 9, she would ask like, what animal is this? Like every time she was eating meat.
Right.
What animal is this? Is it, she wanted to know if it was a pig, cow, whatever it was.
Right.
She always wanted to know. And then when she was 9, she kept like trying like not wanting, I don't want to eat that animal. I don't want to eat that animal.
Right.
And then at 10, she just said, I don't want to eat meat anymore.
Any of these
I don't think she
animals.
even knew what a vegetarian was. She just didn't want to eat meat anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
And then at first she told me her parents were like, oh, like no, Shelby, like we're not fucking changing everything for you,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And
But it's not that big of a change. It's just same meals. Just eliminate the meat on her plate, right? It's
Yeah,
not that
but you
big
got
of-
to substitute it with something else usually.
Yeah, I
right?
guess if you're making a spaghetti or something like that,
Yeah.
then you got a a little fucking saucer of
something
just
yeah.
sauce on
and
the
they have
side.
a lot of fake substitutes, right? Like for fake meat. I think
Yeah.
it's like lesbians using dildos.
See, that's
though. Get
exactly
off the fucking fence.
That's what
like,
I don't
You made
like.
your choice.
Yeah,
you,
like
can't
you
have
told
fake
me
chicken.
you had a tofurkey for
Right, well, I didn't have a
Thanksgiving.
tofurkey.
Right, for Thanksgiving.
I
I'm
had
thinking,
a big juicy ham.
like, why bother? Just eat the veggies. Why are we pretending here?
I
You
know. I know.
I don't know. It doesn't make any
They
sense to me.
put
but-
like pretend stuffing in it, the fucking thing. and
Come
everything.
on.
Oh, it's great.
Why does that have to be pretend stuffing? There's no meat in the stuffing.
Maybe it's not pretend stuffing.
Right.
I just called
Could
it
be.
that.
You're fucking
I don't
your tofurkey and your pretend stuffing.
I don't eat stuffing, so
Right. You don't eat stuffing.
I don't like dressing. No,
What the fuck, dude?
I don't like any. That's why.
What do you like? What's your favorite meal?
This is where I'm.
What's
Probably
your
gonna-
favorite color,
Yeah,
Matt?
I know.
What's
I know.
grade are you in?
This is probably where I'm going to piss you off. I'm not.
Hey, we're already past that.
This
point.
kind of blows people. I'm not a type of. I don't really get excited for food.
That does piss me off.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
food to me, like I enjoy food, but I eat because like my body needs me to eat.
Right.
I don't eat really for enjoyment.
I can tell because you have half of donut over there and it's been sitting there for a while.
Well, I don't want to eat while we're recording. That's
Right.
why.
No, that's true. Now I got a full donut over here, but I've already gone through a full one.
Yeah,
you
I
still got
haven't.
another one here.
Yeah. Well, it's because we'll do it live. We're not Matt and Sam. Over
No,
here.
that's what. So you don't really have a favorite meal? Then?
No, I'm trying to think. I have go-to meals like chicken and potatoes. If you ask Shelby, she would say chicken and potatoes.
Chicken and
because
potatoes.
it's what I eat.
So how are
every
you
day.
preparing the chicken and the potatoes?
Chicken in the oven.
Chicken in the oven, baked chicken. That's nice and juicy.
Right. It is actually juicy if you cook
If you do it right.
If you cook it right.
If you do
yeah.
it right and keep the fork out of it.
Yeah.
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 how
Mine's
are
always
we
juicy.
doing the potatoes?
But when I take it out, I use Frank's sweet chili sauce. My fucking favorite sauce ever.
Frank's sweet chili sauce.
Put that on the chicken.
Yeah.
And then potatoes, I do all kinds of. Rice is balls. We buy all different kinds of rice. That's
Sure.
how I spice it up.
Yeah, right.
all the different kinds.
Living on the edge tonight. It's rice tonight.
Jasmine
baby.
rice. There's basmati rice. There's
Shelby comes out in lingerie with the soya sauce.
yeah.
It's a big night.
We got the jasmine rice this weekend. You give me $5, I give you $4 change. But fucking, I can't remember saying
Potatoes. How are you making the potatoes?
My favorite would be mashed, but
Yeah.
I'll bake it.
you now this is just a guess. Okay. You put milk in your potatoes.
Well, I fucking hope so. I'm not a sociopath.
Jesus Christ Almighty. People, please do me a favor. Keep the milk out of the potatoes.
You
Okay?
know,
It's not a liquid food. It's a solid.
Yeah, no, but you gotta put the milk in it.
No,
I
you
don't put a
don't have to
lot
put
in
the
it
milk.
though. See, people go overboard with the milk.
They do.
Potatoes, no.
Jamie's mother goes fucking crazy.
Potatoes,
Soup. It's potato soup.
Potatoes still need to be that golden color,
Right.
And like have some like texture to it. It
Yeah.
can't just be like a cloud. You can't eat clouds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hate it when it's just smooth.
No,
Like, I call it whipped potatoes. That's what I call it. And I don't like whipped potatoes. But people will do whipped potatoes and serve it to you as mashed potatoes.
Okay, I'm one of those people.
Nah,
I think I'm one of those
a
people.
lot of butter.
Yeah.
While you're mashing them, a
Holy
lot
fuck.
of fucking butter.
You don't need to worry about putting butter on after it's on the plate. There's plenty of fucking butter.
Yeah, see, I like that, and I'll still add butter anyway because I like to see that little
I do
yellow
it-
fucking
I
pool
do
of
it-
piss
yeah.
on top of my potatoes, and then I cover it all with pepper like a goddamn professional.
That's aggressive move. Photogenic.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Man.
don't wanna see
Honestly, man, you know one of my favorite meals is right now. And this is real fucking retarded. Those fucking little pizzas at Superstore. Shelby gets so mad at me because I'll like at least once, twice a week I'll have one of those.
Mini pizzas at
Not mini pizzas. It's just one of those ones they make at the deli at the
Oh,
Superstore.
at the deli, yeah,
You
yeah.
can just buy they're like $6.
Yeah.
They have an all meat one there. It's fucking amazing. Shelby, it takes like 9 minutes to cook. It's fucking boom. Walk home under the wrapping, throw it in the oven. 9 minutes, pull it out, eat it. I'm like,
pretty
"B,
good."
what did I do? No, like I dirtied a pizza cutter. That was
Yeah.
it. That's it.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, I eat for like that's why like I have a hard time like Shelby will cook these big giant meals for herself and dirty 100 fucking dishes and make these big fancy meals that she's on Pinterest.
Yeah.
I'm eating because I need to eat.
Right.
I want to eat and then continue doing what I enjoy.
Sure.
Right? Rather it's
With as little mess left behind as possible.
Right.
Yeah. See, I like to cook a big elaborate meal too, but I clean as I go. I can't fucking after I eat look out in the kitchen and see, strainers and 7 pots and fucking.
So
I can't do that. I can't do it.
I rinse as I go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's all right.
I clean off all the shit so when I go to it the next day, it's all
easy.
hard,
Yeah.
chunky fucking shit.
Now, do you have a dishwasher?
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. This is
2019.
why I started this fucking show to sit down on a Sunday
Talk about
morning, talk
kitchen,
about doing dishes,
Supper.
Jesus Christ.
Whipped versus mashed potatoes.
What has become of this show? Aubrey, we need you back on here, bud. I hope you're listening. We need you back on
Oh, he's
here.
definitely listening.
We're all the way in the fucking rhubarb here.
Oh, we're
Like
lost.
talking-
We're fucking
we
lost. That's what happens when you
we
do
are fucked.
That's why we do a podcast at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
We've been drinking all night. I got home at like 3 a.m. for fuck's sakes.
Is that what it was, man? I woke up
Yeah.
at 4:30. I was so I've never been this thirsty, man. I felt like I've been in the fucking desert for 10 years. I was so Usually when I'm drinking like that, before I go to bed, I'll slam a bunch of water. Well, remember, I was sitting there, and this water bottle right here was sitting on the floor, and I kept thinking it was our cat's ass.
Yeah.
And I told Jamie, move this fucking bottle. Well, this is my water bottle. This is my lifeline right here.
Okay.
I couldn't fucking find it
Why
last
didn't
night
you put your
because
hat
then
on it?
she put my hat on it.
Right.
And I just thought, well, there's my hat leaned up against the fucking garbage can.
Nope.
No, so I went to bed, no water. Fuck, man, I woke up so goddamn thirsty. Oh, I was thirsty.
Did you? How about you just put your mouth right under the fucking tap?
No, I didn't. Actually, she left her water bottle cap off on the table. I just filled that 3 times and fucking slammed her.
Fuck. How many times did you piss afterwards? 'Cause
I didn't-
Your bladder's the size of a fucking.
I know,
teapot.
I know. I used to be so good at holding piss. But you know what happened is I held piss a lot. Hunting and shit like that. Driving, hunting, you hold your piss.
Yeah.
And now I'm an old man, dude. It's caught up to me.
Can't do it.
Now when I have to piss, I have to fucking piss.
You don't-
now.
You don't stutter pee yet, do you?
What's this now?
Stutter peeing yet?
No, not
All right,
yet. No,
not
I'm
that
not there
level.
yet, bud. Not
I
there
remember
yet.
growing up, my old man fucking stutter peed for as long as I can remember.
Right.
I remember because fucking.
What are you doing in the bathroom with
well,
dad,
no,
bud?
but,
Jesus
but I was
Christ.
poor, but we lived in tiny little apartments.
All right. Thin walls.
Right.
Yeah.
And my
yeah.
bedroom was right after the bathroom.
Yeah, right. Do your parents still live in an apartment?
And dad pisses with the door open.
Oh, good. Yeah. He's old
Yo,
school.
old school.
Yeah. Do your parents still live in an apartment?
No. They
Oh, good.
they bought their first house ever in their life after I was already moved out and everything.
Right.
It was like, I don't know when it was. Fuck. 2009 maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's good.
2009, 2010.
Anytime I hear someone living in an apartment,
Oh no, it's
I
2011.
feel
Sorry,
bad.
they bought because I remember. So what happened? The vehicle they had was shit in the bed. And they've only bought beaters their whole life.
Sure.
Mom and dad's credit was dog shit their whole life.
Yeah.
Now dad took all these like loans and paid it off and trying to fix his credit. And then he didn't realize, but they kind of worked the credit back up to a decent spot. They
Nice.
just had no idea.
Right.
And then their vehicles are shit in the bed. And I was working at Volkswagen at the time. And mom was like, "Oh, we need a vehicle." She's like, "Can you just try to get us approved?" I was doing the financing for Volkswagen.
Right, yeah.
And she's like, can you just try to get us approved, And I said, all right. I said, I'll come to that. I said, don't worry about coming to the dealership. I don't want this whole ordeal. Everyone think you guys are buying a car.
Yeah,
goes
just
wrong.
give me the info. I'll run the numbers.
I said, okay. So I went to the house, got all because I never knew what Dad made or anything. It's not a question I asked my parents, right?
Exactly.
So I get all their income information. I knew their date of birth and stuff. Some of the key things, name, date of birth, address.
Did you know the year they were born?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
I know
did?
both of
Okay.
them, yeah.
All right.
And, I know Dad. I never forget Dad, and then I just add 4 more for Mom.
Nice, okay.
That's how I do it. Just got to remember 1 and work from there.
You got to add 4. She's
mom's-
older.
No, sorry. No, because she was born later.
Right.
So,
okay. All right. Add 4 to that year.
Right, add 4 that year. That's when she was born.
Sure.
But, fuck, I can't remember what I was saying.
So you start running the numbers?
Oh yeah, then man. So I sent it to. I sent it to like a non-prime because I thought, okay, I'll try to get them like a real low interest rate with a non-prime bank that I have a good relationship with.
Right.
Came back, they got the lowest rate that the bank offered,
Nice.
and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send this to a prime bank and see what I get. So I ended up sending it to Bank of Montreal. Came back auto approved like within seconds.
Nice.
Came back rated. My parents got a prime rate, super good interest rate. I gave it. So they came in and bought the car and all that shit. Then I can't remember where the story was going with.
The house.
Oh, the
then
house.
They realized their credit's
Then they
good,
realized
so
their
we're
credit
getting the
was
fuck
good.
out of this apartment.
That's right. Exactly
Yeah,
what happened.
good
They
for
realized
them.
their credit was good. They didn't really realize. They didn't really think it through. They were just having their first new car ever in their whole fucking life. That's all they like. That was more than they ever thought they would have.
Right.
And I said, Mom, why don't you and Dad look at buying a house?
Yeah.
Is it because what you're paying for rent? You could get a little house, all you need.
Yeah.
And it'd probably be the same or less, but have something you.
Probably less even with taxes.
Yeah, even with taxes, probably less. And then they didn't have a down payment, but they found some shady motherfucker that'd make it work.
Nice. Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went to some broker, some back corner.
Sure.
And,
We bend thumbs.
He charged them an extra, 2 interest points in
Sure.
order to fucking give them the down payment up front.
You got to get the VIG.
But I told him, I said, whatever it takes to get you in there, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're not in a position that ever going to save enough money to get a down payment for the house.
Right.
So if there's a guy that's going to be able to maneuver something for you and make it work, have at her.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Whatever it takes to get out of an apartment, man. I can't imagine living in an apartment. Sorry for any of you listeners out there who live in apartments.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not for me, man. I can't do it.
I grew up
I
in
get
them.
stressed.
I didn't
so
know
did
any
I.
different,
So
yeah.
did I. But it's where I'm at in life, man. It's too stressful to have someone living beside me, above me, below me. I couldn't fucking do it.
The most
I couldn't do
embarrassing.
it.
So I remember when I was in, I think it was high school. It was middle school or high. It might have been middle school actually. I think it was middle school. And we were on a bus trip going to some fucking thing. I don't remember what from school, right? And I lived at Park Place Apartments.
Right. Yeah.
Those big.
High rise.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're not driving by those, but we're driving by. You can see Regency Towers, like driving down that main road. I think it was Lachlan Road we were on. You can see Regency Towers.
Right.
And one of the girls is in my school. I don't really know her that well. Just looks out and you can see like the children's things like on the balconies,
right?
Toys and stuff. She's like, "What? Families live in those in the apartments?" I didn't know. I didn't know. Like whole families live
like
there.
Kids, you have your kids.
And I was like a family of 5 for fuck's sakes. Like I have a brother and a sister. I'm like, holy fuck.
Oh, princess, eh?
Oh, I mean,
She's
I
a
was
princess.
like, I remember just sitting there being like, holy fuck. Some people have no idea what it's like.
It's true though.
Oh,
it's true, man. I talk to Chaos, quite a bit. We'll sit down, chill out, and I'll tell him stories about my youth. And it's he can't believe it.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with me with Shelby. Like Shelby will talk about especially if it's around like a holiday, and she'll have all these crazy things, and I'm like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't happen in my household.
no.
The other thing is, she'll
You want a tree? Why are you putting a tree inside? What the fuck?
Yeah,
They belong outside.
This one she says to me. She always says, I didn't grow up. Because I always say, like, babe, like, I was poor. And she's like, I didn't grow up. I was like, babe, you had a giant house, in-ground pool. You had hidden doors in your fucking house. Like, they had secret rooms, like, you didn't even know it was a room. It was like a mirror. And you just, like push it a certain way. It would open, and they had the secret room that was just the kids' playroom.
Sure.
And, like, they say that all their friends would lose their minds. Because they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, because you'd be like, you'd be sitting in a room. And the next thing you know, the fucking mirror would move and someone would walk in. And it'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And her old man, she didn't know this till Shelby didn't know this until the year we just got married this past year.
Right.
When her sister was down, her sister told her, but her older sister, but her dad also had a secret room that it was behind like a corkboard wall. You didn't even know it was a door. You thought it was just a solid wall.
Sure.
But he had a hidden sliding door that inside was this big giant room that he only used for growing fucking weed. Man.
Yes. Oh, that's terrific.
To this day, man, he has like 50 fucking plants right now.
You can't have room.
New York diesels what he's growing.
Oh,
all
nice.
that shit.
Oh,
yeah.
excellent. Yeah, that's a great strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lifer, bud.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He knows his marijuana.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But it just, Shelby's like, why? He had that? And
They don't have rooms like that in the Regency Towers, typically. Like, you rent an apartment there, you're not really going to get like a secret grow room. Or...
No, what you don't, maybe what you don't understand about, at Park, like, Regency Towers was the nice, was the nice, yeah,
Park Place.
Right. Like, people lived at Park Place were like, man, I'd like to move down to Regency Towers.
Right.
Like, it's the exact same buildings, but like the owners just care about it.
Yeah.
Right. So like they're upkept.
Oh yeah.
Ours elevators down every
the hallways,
day.
It's
like,
weird.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I remember fucking
The doors lock.
I remember one point they installed cameras. So you like from your apartment, you could put it on channel 52. I'll never forget.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you can see who's at the front door.
You can see who's at the front door because
Yeah.
we had buzzers that people come to the door and find your name.
Yeah.
Buzz and then you let them in, right?
Yeah.
But now you could change the channel. But what I would do, I babysat growing up all the time, just trying to make some money, right? Like 14 years old, couldn't 13, 14.
Right.
So
You're looking after kids.
Man, I was a great. I was an uncle at 8 though, so I was around like fucking children.
Were you just about to say you were a great babysitter?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. Did you give good blowjobs? Because only great babysitters.
Well, no. Okay, I was an okay babysitter.
You're an okay, all right.
I was an okay one. But you got to remember at the time, like I lived in this apartment building with, I don't know, like, well, there's 6 floors, 12 apartments on every floor, and there's 3 buildings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking people in there. Most of them and all of them are poor, and most of them have kids.
Kids, of course.
And most of them are young parents. Looking at it now, I realize that these were like 20-some-year-olds that just had knocked up and had babies and lived in these apartments.
Kids having kids.
But when I was that age, I thought these were adults.
Adults, yeah, for
Right?
sure.
It's crazy to think about it now.
Yeah.
Because in my mind at the time, like, these were adults.
Yeah.
Right? And I was
when you're that age, anybody who can walk into a store and buy a beer and a pack of
as
cigarettes, that's an adult.
Right.
Yeah.
But now looking back as an adult, I'm like, man, those people must have been like in their 20s.
Yeah.
Like younger than
Broke
I
as
am
fuck.
now.
Yeah.
Like, just broke as fuck, just partying on the weekends. Because I would get, like, because what I would do, I go to every single laundry room because every floor had its own little laundry room, right? And 2 washers, 2 dryers, all that shit. Tickets.
Every floor.
Every
had
floor
one.
had
Oh
one.
shit! So
And it was a ticket system. It
when
wasn't
I lived
cash.
in the high rise, I lived in the Skyline Terrace. The laundry room was on the 2nd floor.
Okay, no.
Period.
These ones there's 2 washers and 2 dryers on every floor.
Yeah, right.
Now you're only supposed to use your floor.
Yeah.
The rules, but everyone.
But what if it's full?
Mom throwing me a couple tickets in a laundry basket to hit up to floor number 4. I already got 2 loads out here.
Yes. There are 2 vacancies up on that floor.
Yeah. She sent me on a fucking mission all the floors.
That's hilarious.
But I would go in those rooms and I'd fucking put like my name. I went and took the course, so I was certified fucking babysitter the whole time, buddy.
Now, what would you get paid?
I don't really. At the time, I felt great.
Sure.
But I don't know. I'd get like $50 some nights.
$50?
Sometimes because
For a night of babysitting.
Oh, some people were because they wouldn't come home till like 3 in the morning.
And they'd come home drunk. I just take $50. Yeah.
Right,
Wake up in the morning and go, fuck.
Man, some of these people would pay a lot of times. This will happen a lot of times. They tell me what because all the time what they're going to pay me beforehand.
Right.
And then they'd always give me more. Almost all the time, give me more. But I would just put all my shit on information and then have my number printed vertically a bunch of times on the bottom and slice it.
Sure.
Right? So people just come out, oh, babysitter, and rip off my phone number.
Yeah.
Give the home number a call, say I'm looking for Matt, babysitter. That's how I got all these babysitting jobs.
Yeah,
doing that
right.
Shit. This is fucking outrageous. But I babysit after the fucking, because the babies when I was only old enough to really babysit babies for the most part, a little older than that. They'd be in bed. I'd have friends come over because all my buddies, their friends come over. We watch those videos and just fuck with people constantly coming. Everyone coming to those doors.
Just keep hitting the buzzer.
No, just yelling at people and like.
Oh, okay.
Just be like, because you could yell at
you
them
can
and
get the
talk
audio
to them.
through
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Nice.
You come in and be like, fuck you, faggot. Like, oh, yeah. Just like old people.
Nice shoes, asshole.
All the time. Or we'd like be like, oh, you want to come in, don't you? And they'd be like, oh, yeah, let me in. And then we'd just be like, keep like, minute. So like they couldn't get the door. Holy fuck, man. Just like for hours, we would just watch that fucking screen and just fuck with everyone.
Terrorize everybody coming to the building.
Pizza guy come and be like, hey, bring that up to the 6th floor, would ya? Like, oh, shit like that. We were 13. That shit fucking.
Try to scare people. Get out.
Oh, we would try to scare, like if we saw friends of ours there,
sure.
Like, we'd be like breathing right heavy.
Yeah,
into it
and it's great because you got the video. You can see their fucking
you
reactions.
see how
right?
they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful.
Oh, dude, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, and you could see what floor people went on too, right?
What do you mean?
Because they had like a little mirror right by the camera, so it reflected on like because the top of the elevator had like all the floors.
Okay,
so
right.
you could see like light, and then what? So they stopped on our floor.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Panic.
freaked right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're coming. They know it's us. Yeah, it's fucking freaker. Lock the door. Every apartment had like the fucking like the chain lock too, right along the top, like triple security in those motherfuckers.
Yes. Oh, that's fucking great. That sounds like a good time.
Oh, it was great times, man. Because there was a lot of kids that lived there, like my age.
Sure.
So I had all kinds of friends. We were fucking knocking over fucking mailboxes and taking off. We would go through all the stairwells, eh?
Right.
And take off all the light bulbs and just fucking smash them in the stair.
You fucking asshole. Oh, you're lucky I wasn't.
So the stairwells would just be pitch black.
Sure.
Pitch black.
Yeah, and watch your step because
And
there's glass everywhere.
Oh my! Just obnoxious.
So when you're babysitting, you tell the kids you just go play in the hall, or what's the?
No, but I was as good as I was good.
Sure.
I was a good babysitter.
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there when you. Now let me ask you: was most of your babysitting duties like usually like third week of the month and the end of the month? Were you real busy?
I wasn't really paying attention, but
right.
I'm gonna guess so.
Yeah, I would guess
I'm
probably.
I'm gonna guess so. It is.
Yeah, when all the young parents are flush for one day.
Yeah, one of the buildings is a seniors building, and they fucking hated us young kids.
Oh, I imagine.
Because we were just fucking relentless. When we used to, Heatherway, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little like woods. It's a little bit of a hill leaning from like Park Place, like looking over.
Down the cliff a little.
Down the cliff a
Yeah.
little. We in the wintertime would just bottle. There's like if you go in those woods a little bit, there's an area that's just completely open, and we would just load up. I don't know how many fucking snowballs.
Right.
And every time cars come by, we just fucking beam them with snowballs off the cliff. Eventually, every once in a while, cars would turn around because they knew they were coming from.
Sure.
And they'd fucking turn around. Then we would run into the fucking one of our apartments. Just, we're going to come chill inside for a bit, mom and dad. Like, come to my house. So we play foosball, listen to DMX.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've been here all day. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I remember one time we used to do that too. Fuck, man. I got crazy when I was like 10 years old. We whipped fucking crab apples at cars, man.
That's an aggressive
crab
move.
apples. But so anyway,
they have those. They used to have those up there in the woods up behind Park Place too.
yeah.
My dad and
Did
I
you
used
whip those at cars?
no, just people.
You were a lot more damage with the fucking crab apples. But anyway.
Yeah, more than snowballs. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. One winter, me and two of my buddies were out whipping snowballs at cars in the neighborhood and running. They'd fucking slam on the brakes. You run. That's your thrill. So anyway, here comes a car down Simpson Drive in Glen Falls. I stand up, wham, hit the fucking passenger door as hard as I can, right? Oh, fucking brakes go on and the chase is on. This motherfucker chased us around for an hour and a half. I mean, he was not giving up. Usually they'll circle a couple times, put the fear of God into you, and they're gone, right?
Because they're doing something.
Yeah, never expected to be caught. So he's chasing us around for an hour and a half, and now we haven't seen him for like 10 minutes, and we think we're safe. And we're laying in the snow, right? Directly across the street from my buddy's place. All we got to do is get across Simpson Drive.
Straight.
We're almost right back to the scene of the crime. But we got to get across the street, get in his house. We're free and clear.
Right.
We're laying down. We're looking around. We're watching the cars. And we hear this voice from behind us go, "I got you now, you little fuckers." Oh, my fucking God. He grabbed all three of us by the jackets and just started shaking us back and forth, just shaking us. "You little motherfuckers." His wife was 9 months pregnant, right? So she was fucking terrified. And he,
didn't know what you know what it is.
Protective, exactly.
Like you just smacks your fucking gun.
He was on a mission, dude. I thought he was gonna fucking kill us. We were terrified. He didn't even bring us home, right?
You just scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, just scared the shit out of us, man. It fucking worked. We never did it again.
Fuck,
we never did it again.
I got lucky,
we
man.
were too old at that time to be doing it anyway.
That was like
what I mean? We were like 14.
Yeah,
like,
that's when
too old.
I got the last thing I did where I was a little too old for it was like right around that 13. I think I was 13.
Yeah.
That was my worst self.
Yeah.
13, and I remember
once you get your fingers inside of a vagina, you stop doing all that fucking shit.
Yeah, exactly. So like I remember, so same spot, Heatherway. Those little like townhouses on the left hand side. They have like that loop. You can kind of do around.
Yeah, I lived there.
Well, there's
Wyatt Crescent.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. You might remember this.
Right.
No, I was just saying this one. I don't know. This one would have been, I don't know, early 2000s probably.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking 80s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is when I was like 13.
Right.
But one of my buddies decided, it was so green grass, like it won't catch on fire, right? That's like that's a fact.
Yep, that's a fact.
So we're doing all
Too much moisture.
We're fucking with all that shit, right?
Yeah.
We're doing that's right, cool. And then my buddy, I bet you that brown patch won't lay there as a joke, eh?
Right.
He goes over, he thinks he's going to light it and stomp it out.
Sure.
This motherfucker took off. The fire, just like, it was only like flat ground, just like grass.
Right.
But this it just spread like literally like wildfire.
Right. Sure.
And we were fucking, we just took off. We tried stomping it for a bit. And then we're like, we're not going to get it.
Yeah.
Like, this is gone.
Yeah,
like,
we are to run.
We are out of this.
Yeah.
The only option we have now is get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And we just took off and ran to the corner store here. Now, back then, it was Pisano's Pizza was in there.
Okay.
In this corner store with, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The one right by, or not by here, by Simon's there.
Yeah, right.
Walk up Pisano's Pizza, they sold individual slices of pizza and shit. We get in there, because we used to go there all the time with boys. Right? Go there, get pizza, play the fucking games and stuff.
Oh, of course.
So we just went there. We're going to go hang out there, we'll get some pizza.
They had good arcade games always in that little store.
Yeah, exactly.
There.
So we play the games and shit like that. Next thing you know, fucking fire trucks and shit are flying by. So the owner comes over. The owner I think his name was Ronaldo, I think. He knew us because we were there like every day, right?
Sure.
And he gave us deals and stuff like that. I mean, we were just the young kids. I think he was just trying to keep us out of trouble, to be honest. Now looking back at it. And he was like, oh, man, so there's a big fire going on over there. He says, we're like, holy jeez, no way. Oh, I guess we're going that way home, he said. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and he knew you're guilty because if you're a kid and you're not responsible for that fire, you're running to the fucking fire. You're running right to it. You want to see what the firemen are doing?
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
We showed no interest. We're like, oh, cool.
Oh, no.
Cool. We're not going to that fire.
I always showed up at every fire I lit. Dude, I was a fucking pyro from way back. And it's funny that you tell this story. I'll tell you my story that's very similar. So I was a fucking pyro. I could not keep my hands off of lighters and matches, and I lit up everything, man. I can tell you fucking pyro stories all goddamn day.
That's crazy.
But anyway, at this particular time, I had been caught for like 2 or 3 different fires. And the old man had a fucking enough of it. You know what I mean? A couple smacks in the fucking side of the head, a stern talking to. We're all done with the fires.
Yeah, no more fire.
But I'm a firebug. You
help
know?
it.
So I literally physically had to light fires. I'm not even joking, dude.
That's
I
crazy.
went to a fucking mental hospital for this and everything. Like, ridiculous.
That's insane.
Oh, dude. So anyway, this one day, it's like a Sunday, had nothing to do. I lived right beside the railroad tracks, right? We're right behind basically right behind my bedroom.
Yeah.
Like 20 feet away. I went on the other side of those tracks, and of course, there's lots of fucking, brown grass, not green.
Right.
And I got Dad's lighter, and I'm lighting shit, and I'm just putting it out, right? Just to get that fucking fix, man. There's just
That's
something about
so
that
crazy.
flame that fucking just drew me, right? But I'm putting them out. I'm just lighting little ones and putting them out, lighting little ones and putting them out. And then all of a sudden, my back starts getting pretty warm. And I turn around, and it's all on fire. Everything, like, I put it out, sure, but I didn't put it out.
Put it out, so like,
Yeah,
oh,
man.
it just kind of.
Yeah, it was very, very dry. And I turn around, there's a wall of fucking flame behind me, and here's this. And I start bawling immediately because I'm like, I didn't try to start this fire. You know what I mean? And I went in, and I fucking told Dad, I'm like, Dad, I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm like, oh, I was trying to be responsible with the fires.
Trying to be responsible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
He goes flying out the fucking side door and just looks like you couldn't, like, there's trees in between, but you could tell there's a fucking rip-roaring fire going on right over there. You could hear it. Oh, my fucking God, dude. But yeah, tamping out a fire like that rarely works.
Yeah,
rarely
no.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you got to be pretty careful.
That was the first and only time in my bad experience. I was never a guy that walked around with lighters. See, a lot of my friends that were like 13, they were all smoking cigarettes and smoking weed and shit. Then,
Right.
I didn't smoke anything. Never even tried it at that age. All
Right.
my friends did. I was really into my sports, so it's kind of my mind. It wasn't because I thought it was bad.
Yeah,
it
right.
was just like
You had other shit going
I didn't
on.
want to suck at sports, and I thought it would make me suck at sports.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just thought that would be cigarettes for sure would.
Yeah.
But
I was just lighters and matches, man.
yeah, so like it was just one of my buddies, and he was kind of like that. He wasn't as bad as you, lighting shit all the time, but he was one of those guys that was always he'd sit there with like a piece of paper and just like light it on fire and watch
Yeah.
it flame. And
Mesmerizing. I'll tell you, when I was 7 years old, the neighbor across the street had this big deck around back, and I hung out with his daughter. She was like one of my best friends, and they had a wood pile beside their garage, and they had this big fucking 2-story deck on the back of their house. Well, one day I was bored, so I start grabbing the pieces of wood one by one, and I start walking them. Nobody home. I start walking them up on the deck, and I layer the entire deck with wood, and then I start jamming paper in between all the fucking wood.
why?
I'd already stolen my babysitter's lighter, and I lit that motherfucker, and it burned right off the fucking building. This was Halloween day when I was 7 years old. I guess it would have been Halloween of 82. Halloween day, I burned the entire fucking thing down. Not the whole house, just the whole fucking deck burnt right off, and used all his firewood for the winter.
Yeah, that he paid for probably.
Yeah, I got in so much fucking shit for that one, dude.
That's an aggressive move at 7.
The old man never grounded me. He never grounded me because he knew he was either working or out drinking.
Yeah.
He couldn't stop me from fucking going anywhere. He wasn't there.
Yeah, see,
It would have been the honor system.
My parents were like those people that wanted to be the parents that could do it.
Right.
But they also
They were too busy.
They were too busy, and like I was the youngest too. Like, I have a brother who's 11 years older.
Jesus.
And
Christ.
a sister that's 5 years older than me.
Yeah, right.
So like they like by the time I came around and I was 13, like they were fucking over it.
Yeah.
And their older parents, like they were like my parents were older than all my friends' parents, right? Like by a pretty decent margin.
Yeah.
And because like no one of my friends had siblings that were fucking in their 20s and shit at the time, right?
Yeah. No one else had a big whoopsie like Matt.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that's what I always thought, but I guess it kind of is and kind of isn't. My dad said, I want another kid. My mom was like, oh, we're kind of getting old. Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't have any more children.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, well, they lost one. And then,
okay.
the very first one they lost before even my brother.
Oh, shit. Okay, right.
And so my dad was like, I just really want 3. I always wanted 3, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then so mom said, all right, well, if I'm pregnant before my birthday, which was like 2 months away, she's like, then whatever. Like, obviously you're having a kid.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
not, she's like, I'm fucking getting tied up, motherfucker. I'm done.
Okay, you got 2 months.
Yeah, and then
nice.
like 3 weeks.
That's a good way to get fucking laid a lot.
Yeah, I guess she told me that fucking like when like for Billy and Angie, it took like 6 months to a year both times to try to get pregnant.
Right.
And so she was like, I'm in the clear.
Sure.
Like, there's no way. Like she said, like 2-3 weeks later, she's pregnant with me.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but I bet you your brother and sister are fully developed, though. Probably, mentally.
No.
No.
No, we're all a little slow.
Not at all.
We're all a little slow. We're all a little slow.
Yeah, man, I was, I couldn't, so, but I didn't, the old man wouldn't ground me.
But that's what
but
the
I got
grounding,
grounded
yeah.
that day.
So like that's my parents would like I had a lot of times where they'd be like, you're grounded for a week. I would hear that a lot.
Sure, you'd
But
hear
like
it. But
4 hours later,
Yeah.
I'd just come out.
I'm out with Timmy.
First, I'd come out and just kind of hang out with them a little bit.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Warm the waters. And I'd always had a knack for making my mom kind of laugh.
Yeah.
So like over time, I'd get her to loosen up a bit, kind of get her to laugh. And then I'd be like, do you mind if I go hang out with DJ and Raw? Like they're like, they really want me to come.
Yeah, they're doing these things.
Okay, go. But you getting in any trouble? Okay, bye. I'm fucking out. See you later.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's usually how it worked out. I had to do a little bit of working just
Yeah.
on mom. Dad, you know, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
he's sleeping or working
Sure, he doesn't give a fuck.
or bowling. One,
Yeah.
one of the 3.
I want another kid for you to look after.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going back to work.
Your dad must be a competitive guy, right? He took that loss in the beginning. He's like, nope, not
Yeah,
gonna have it.
exactly,
I'm
man.
fucking having 3.
Yeah, and he never like took off any of his hobbies. He still hunts like crazy. Like, my whole life he was dired into hunting, fishing. He's bowling this my whole life.
Right.
He's like, mom's like, yeah, it's your job. Bowling. Except with sports.
Right.
When I was playing sports, oh, he was always there.
Well, listen, I'm glad your dad won the rematch because now you're sitting here talking to me.
Hey, fuck.
You,
I know, right?
you got how close are you to your brother and sister? You hang out with them all the time?
No.
talking-
Like we're close enough that like, I don't know. Close enough. Like we don't have any bad blood or anything. Like we get along great.
Yeah, but you
We
really
just-
only see them when you all get together.
Yeah, which is
You're not texting your
never.
brother all the
Like,
time, messaging
No,
your
like
sister.
I see my brother like me like only really like once a year on Christmas time.
He lives here though.
Yeah, he lives
In this area.
He lives in Redhead,
Yeah.
St. John.
What?
Same thing. My sister lives. I don't even know where she lives. I have no idea.
Right.
She rents, so she's moving a lot of
Yeah,
times.
yeah, right.
So it's hard to keep track.
Right.
She's been at this place that she's at now for a while, but like,
Did you grow up east
yeah,
the whole time?
yeah. Well, I grew up, born in Fredericton. I lived there when I was a baby, but then a little bit in like Upper Quaco Road.
Yeah.
Baxter's Corner way.
Yeah.
I lived there when I was younger.
Oh, nice.
Like went to Loch Lomond Elementary and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's a nice area.
Yeah,
like that.
I love it out there.
Yeah.
Like it's one of my favorite places. Like Baxter's Corner way.
Yeah.
And then we moved back to Fredericton when I was in grade 2 for like 8 months.
What?
And then my dad hated because my dad got a bakery manager position at the Sobeys in Fredericton.
Right.
And then he got there, hated the fucking store manager, walks into the, getting in fights with the store manager, right?
Right.
My old man, right? Because my old man's like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he
I
goes,
know how to bake, motherfucker.
So my dad knew like every Tuesday at 2:00 there was a big phone call with like the district manager who loved my dad because my dad was just one of those guys that showed up, did his work,
Yeah.
didn't fuck around, left, right?
Yeah.
He waited till one day till his buddy was on the conference call with fucking buddy. Dad just fucking busted in the door. He goes, "Hey, Steve," so that's his name. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I want out of this fucking store and I want out right fucking now."
Whoa.
Yeah. He's like, "You got 1 month to get me the fuck out of here or I'm moving without it." Ooh. And then we were moved back to St. John in like 2 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
But he got a dad.
Stayed with the same company?
Oh, yeah. Listen to this.
Shit.
They didn't have any bakery manager openings in St. John.
Right.
So what they did is they just gave him his full-time position he had with all the same benefits and pay and everything he had as the manager. So he came back without having to do any of the extra work and get paid the same.
Oh,
so
that's perfect. Good for him.
It kind of worked out for him that way. But yeah,
squeaky wheel, man.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys that he doesn't take a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, he's never going to be late. He's never going to fuck you around. If he calls in sick, he's sick.
Not going to cause you drama.
No.
Yeah.
And everything's going to be done right. He's not going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And he's been baking now for fucking 100 years, right?
Yeah.
But,
most bosses will recognize a person like that.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Even now, like, Dad says, like, because the constantly new bakery managers coming through, right? Because it's hard to keep people that, pay well.
Yeah.
And that no matter what you do at Sobeys, it's not like you're, making millions down there.
Yeah. No, there's going to be turnover for
right.
sure. Yeah.
And Dad says, like, the bakery managers don't know what to do with them. Because, like, they're coming in and saying, okay, trying to make... And Dad's like, no, this is my schedule. This is what I work.
Yeah, right.
This is what I work, and this is my schedule.
Yeah.
I get 5 weeks vacation every year, and this is when I take them.
Nice.
And this is what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if they haven't... And then Dad said he's had a couple that, like, never said anything to him, but then would go to, like, the manager, like the store manager, and be like, hey...
Try to go over his head.
Right, and the guy would be like, yeah, no, it's the way
Yeah,
it is,
no, that's the way he does it. Yeah,
he's worked for this company. Like, my dad's been at Sobeys now. It's got to be fucking almost 30 years he's been with Sobeys.
Nice.
He had his 25-year anniversary like a few years ago now. So
does he still take a week or two off for the hunt?
Yeah, every year.
Every year.
2
Now,
weeks.
so how come you don't fucking hunt now?
I used to.
You used to. He used to take you out hunting and shit? Yeah.
That's why I have my hunter safety course and all that. It's 'cause
right.
of him.
Yeah.
And then I even when I was at Downey's working for Downey's, so even when I was like 19, 20, I started going. I was hunting with him. But it's one of those things that I never really... Like, it wasn't one of those things that I was amped up to do.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things, oh, this is fun, whatever, like, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But then I got the car business, and the hours there are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you don't have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
And I played a lot of sports, too, right?
Right.
So I was thinking, I only have X amount of free space.
Right.
And no, I'm going to fill that space with things that I thoroughly enjoy doing.
That you really love. Yeah.
Or that I have to do. It's going to be a mix of those two things.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to put in things that I just kind of enjoy. It's a good hobby to have. Like,
yeah.
So I just slowly, and it's not like I just made it a choice that I'm not hunting anymore. I just stopped doing it.
Yeah,
Right?
life happens.
Yeah.
So what type of hunter is your dad? Is he like a blind hunter? Like, does he make his own blind, or is he a spot and stock kind of guy?
Yeah, he used to. Well, him and his brother, my uncle, they had a camp. My uncle always has a camp somewhere.
Nice.
So it's usually always at the camp.
Yeah.
Now I think they do both. Sometimes he'll do like the walk around, but now that he's older, it's just sitting there. He's just sitting at a tree stand.
Yeah, me too.
He just
Yeah. What have you been doing in comedy? You've been writing any comedy or what?
not. I'm a little mad at myself right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a little mad at myself. To be honest with you, Marky boy.
Go easy on you.
Because I had a few things in my head that happened just like in conversation with people. I think a couple might have been with you.
Right.
One was with Shelby. A couple was with a buddy of mine. And at the time, I was thinking like, man, I might be able to turn this into a bit.
Right.
But I just haven't been putting anything on paper.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I've been having some moments where I'm like, oh, I think that's like something I might be able to work that in somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm not like putting in the work to like try to iron it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm enjoying it, and then it goes away. Then an hour later, I'll never think of it again the rest of my life.
Yeah, I haven't been. I've been writing too much. The odd funny thing will come into my head, and I'll just write it down. But
what I'm trying to do now is just trying to think more creatively. Because like when this is what I realize. I realize I miss a lot of like little things that other people pick up on. So I'm just trying to pick up, like, I was listening to a podcast the other day and just like, they're talking about something and then just one thing that a guy says that's funny. I'm thinking, fuck, why did I think of that?
Yeah.
Actually, I was listening to, when I was snowballing the other day, I listened to Andrew Vaughn's podcast, his most recent one.
Nice.
I get about halfway
The
through.
Boys Club.
The Boys Club, right.
Comedy
right.
podcast.
Yeah, that one.
Boys Club. Is it called Boys Club because my apartment looks like a boy lives in it?
I wouldn't say a boy lives in it. I would say a boy is kidnapped somewhere in here.
Boys Club.
We're everything. We're true crime. We're world star hip hop.
World Star Hip Hop. We're Netflix reviews.
Stories of the day. Listen.
Yeah, do it. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. I think. No, we're not. And on Google Play. Nobody gives a shit.
Boys Club Podcast. Now with 90% more sound clips of black people. Touch me and I'll sue.
Yeah.
So I was listening to that podcast, and the other, I can't remember his buddy there. What's his name?
Travis Lynch.
Travis.
Yeah.
So he
Funny
said-
motherfucker.
They got riffing off one another, and it just sounded like a perfect. And I got thinking, like, that's exactly how I feel. It's exactly what I think.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of it?
Yeah.
Like, how did I not think of that?
Yeah, yeah.
And
As a joke.
And I'm mad at myself while I'm fucking snowblowing.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
You
you,
dummy.
you dumb piece
You
of
coulda
shit.
had that
You
idea.
thought you think you can do comedy? You're a fucking loser. Like, just tearing myself apart.
It's funny because that podcast, that happens to me quite a bit when I'm listening to Travis, man. He's a funny motherfucker.
yeah, and
man.
he's real.
I mean, Andrew's funny as fuck too, but
I think they were talking
Travis
about the Oscars or something.
specifically, he'll get on a subject and he'll start cracking jokes just in the moment on that subject, and I'm going, fuck yeah, that's a bit I could fucking
Yeah.
do, right? But of course, you
Yeah,
can't
I think it
touch
started with Travis, and then Vaughn took it to a level that, like,
And
I
he
was
starts
like,
hitting the tags on it.
yeah,
And yeah, man.
And then I was
that's
like,
a good
man,
fucking podcast.
I was like, man, I was laughing, and then I was like, fuck, like this, why did that come through my head? This is shit that I go through all the time. Whatever, I can't think of what it was now. Fuck,
Yeah,
but-
yeah. It's funny though because I know why. I haven't been writing a whole lot, and I know why. It's because I only have really one. I guess I got 2 shows booked right now, but I haven't been on stage for a while since I think Kentville maybe. Oh no, I don't. Chuckles, December 1st. That was my last show. I find if I'm going out, I'm at shows and performing more after those shows, that's all I think about is comedy, and I'm always writing fucking comedy. And the longer I go away from doing a show, the less comedy I fucking write.
That's the thing. I think that kind of killed me too. Was like I haven't been to shows in a bit.
Yeah.
So, like, I find when I'm at shows, like, that's how the last that I did, the reason why I did it is because 2 weeks before I was at McGill's and I watched the sets and I was like, man, this is kind of making me itch. Some guys did well, and that gave me, like, kind of the bug to go, man, I kind of want to come back and do it.
Yeah,
and
because I'm better than that guy. Fuck that guy.
Well, that's not why. And then
you and I may experience comedy much
a
differently.
little differently, but in a different way. Like some guys would go out there and bomb,
Right.
And it would make me want to go because I'm like, I'm better than that.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, well, I think I can do better than that.
Yeah.
So if I'm somewhere even in the middle,
Sure,
I'm
you're gonna
okay
get
with
by.
that.
Yeah.
So I kind of like give me the bug. And same thing when we went to Chuckles to see when Chris Hovey and Ben McDonald were on the show.
Yeah.
And
And Dan Hendricken, he's the third.
Dan Hendricken,
He's the
right.
third musketeer at the comedy.
Oh, the Boys Club. The Boys
Yeah,
Club.
the Boys
yeah.
Club, yeah.
So that kind of gave me the bug. I think that more did because of the room. Like it was a full fuck. I was thinking like, man, if I just commit, like it would. I got thinking if I just committed and did some time, I was like, I feel like I could get up there pretty quickly
And pull it off, yeah.
and pull it off. Like
Right.
I think if I really put in the time that Shane would give me the shot to go up there and do some time.
Yeah.
Like open or something like that.
Yeah.
I like the host, to be honest.
You'd
Probably-
like the host.
Yeah.
At Chuckles.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know it's an aggressive move, isn't it? Not first, but like not my first time there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like as like a long term goal. That's why I like I like the idea of hosting.
Yeah, right.
I think I like the idea of it because I don't really have a big ambition to like make some big bold career of this thing.
Yeah.
So I think if I could get really good at hosting, and then if I get really good at hosting and then get good at comedy, then I can start putting on shows and just host them myself, and I have all this hosting experience.
Right.
And then just fill it with killers.
Yeah.
I just host it. I'm just a dumb host guy, keep it little, and then bring in like people like you and Javi and Vaughn and shit like that. To, like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think so I think hosting is just really valuable. The city could use some good shows.
Yeah.
And if I could
Definitely.
eventually get good at hosting, then I could help some shows maybe. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of way I'm thinking.
It's a good way of thinking because we need
Because you got
stronger
RF.
hosts.
RF's a great host.
Yeah.
And I like Thane as a host too.
Thane Fox is a good
Yeah, I
host.
like Thane as a host
Yeah.
too.
No matter how much wine he's got in his system, he's
Yeah,
good.
he was.
Yeah.
Really, I never
Doesn't
saw Ben
fucking
host, but I feel like Ben could host too.
Yeah, Ben's been a good host before.
Yeah, I can imagine
Yeah.
that. He seems to have that with him.
Yeah, he's got that personality. I don't know, man. Like I'm still toying with this idea of starting the show. I keep talking about. I don't know. Every day I wake up, I seem to be moving further and further away from performing comedy.
But is that
on a
because
regular basis?
is that
you know?
because it's because I think that you're suffering from the same symptoms that I'm suffering from when it comes to comedy. The difference is you're just way more seasoned.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's just the scene. The scene's in a place where it's like the shows aren't worth doing.
Yeah.
Like, sure, if you want to look at it as I'm working on my craft.
Yeah.
Sure, but
It's
that's
hard
not
to get
how I'm looking
excited
at
when
it.
no one's showing
I don't want
up.
to work on my craft to do in front of nobody. I want to work on my craft to do in front of at least 20, 30 people.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Just enough people that if I say something funny, that people laugh and I know that it's funny.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what's the point of doing stage time in front of 7 comics?
Yeah,
It's
there's
just-
got to be 10 people. Like 10 audience members.
Actual, because then if you're going to add 5 or 6 more comics on top of that, now you got 15, 20 people,
Yeah.
and now
maybe
you got
they bring a spouse or whatever.
Right, now you got a room, right?
Yeah.
Now you got a bit of a room.
Yeah, but it's got to be 10 people in the room there for comedy. Otherwise, how do you get excited for it? I was so excited when I took that hiatus in 2018 and came back in September. I was so excited to get back on stage at O'Leary's, and man, there was fucking nobody there. I was so excited. I'm like, man, I can't wait. This is my big fucking comeback. Gone for 5 months. Here we go. Nobody's here.
When I first walked in the door,
Nobody's
and wrapped around the corner, and there was nobody there.
Yeah.
And then I saw just like a bunch of the comics sitting up like in the back room.
Yeah.
I went back there, and my only thought was, this isn't what Splude expected.
Not at all. Not at all. Now, the 3 shows that followed that show on my comeback trail were fucking dynamite.
Right.
But those are in venues with, promoters who are, know how to get people through the fucking door.
Yeah, I remember thinking, fuck, like, good thing Mark's late. Because imagine if you were on time.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Not good.
That was a rough one.
Yeah, that was not enjoyable. Those are the worst sets, man. The ones where I don't have fun.
I
on stage.
remember driving there thinking, I wish I would have seen if I could have done some time on this.
Yeah.
And then
you
got
there and you're like,
went,
whoo.
thank fuck.
That's not.
I'm definitely not strong enough to fucking just like mentally get over this.
Yeah. What? So are you later in this year? Are you gonna start fucking digging in and doing more?
I'm gonna. It's gonna be.
But like you say, like where are you gonna do it?
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the issue. Is my goal is maybe in the spring and summer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get back and just try. I'm gonna try to just go balls to the walls the next time I don't want to dabble back into it until I'm ready to really give her. So I'm gonna try to write a lot. I already have some stuff written. I'm gonna try to keep adding to it. Get rid of all the because I have a lot of shit that's just garbage.
Yeah.
Try to get rid of all the garbage. Try to get some shit going, and then in the spring, summer, try to come. But the problem is I don't know where I would go.
Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe by then the scene changes. I don't know.
Is the
man.
Five and Dime, like I heard about them, someone doing a show there. But
Well, the thing is, I'm not on social media, and I've been talking less and less to comics for whatever reason.
I feel like that 5-9 place is not a thing.
Did they even have a stage there? Or is it
I've
just
never been inside. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. I heard I
can't see
the
that.
first show was fucking great. That's what I heard. I heard there were people there. It went good.
So maybe they are going to keep doing it then.
Maybe.
McGill's is the middle. I
feel like everybody's
McGill's.
trying to, grab that crowd that used to go to Yucks. They're trying to grab that crowd and say, hey, we do comedy over. But it's never going to happen. Those people are gone.
Yeah.
They were only in it for Yucks. They weren't in it for comedy and this style of comedy. Or they were just there for the fucking name. It was somewhere to go. It was a beautiful building.
It was just bad. The problem with the whole situation was, in my opinion, humble opinion, I might add.
Right.
Very humble.
Oh, yeah. All your opinions are humble.
Humble strong. Is like, at first they had no problem selling tickets because people were like, oh, it's Yucks. They didn't care. They didn't look. They didn't know who was on the shows. It was just Yucks is going to be good.
Yeah.
And then the shows weren't good.
Yeah.
And then people stopped
too
coming.
many repeaters.
Yeah, not
right?
good ones.
Yeah, too many repeat.
I went to a couple shows and it was just like,
Yeah. And, there's some of the repeaters that you see there. If you've seen them for the first time, it's awesome. That's great. But if you're going back, you go back in 3 weeks and it's the same fucking guy telling the same fucking jokes, man, ticket sales are going to go down, This is a tough area anyway to expect to sell 600 tickets per week. It's to anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
That's a lot.
And comedy is the toughest fucking
that's
sell
a lot of
in
seats
entertainment.
to try to sell.
Yeah, man. To stay fucking successful.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna do something around here, I think you need it's location. Everyone in this fucking city, not everybody, but if you want to build something and have people in and like not just fucking riffraffs and fucking dive bar people and people just cashing their welfare check on VLTs and fucking Moose Try. Like, you want normal, everyday people to come to these shows, you got to start putting them in places that normal, everyday people go to. You can't put it in foundations behind Blush.
That's well, that's the big problem with Chuckles, and I don't understand it because I love Chuckles as a venue. If I was going out to a comedy show,
the problem with Chuckles.
I love Chuckles because it's got a giant fucking parking lot.
But it's known as just the place where, like, you know, the fucking JDI guys go and drink every night.
Yeah, and sit at the
work,
bar. Yeah,
right?
I know.
With their fucking.
But when it's set up,
on.
when it's set up for comedy, it's a fucking awesome venue.
Beautiful.
But it's not.
Like, in
it's
great
not
point
yucks,
with the parking lot too, like giant parking lot.
Yeah, man, you don't have to worry about fucking parking.
It's just like it's not a place that people can, for whatever reason, it's. Like, comedy has to be one of those things that when it's over, people want to get up and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right? At least the majority of the people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give people anywhere to go. They're going to do walk over to Boston Pizza.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Right? It's just a tough, but and there's like no green room.
Yeah, that's
the closet, right?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you a funny story about that closet when we go off air.
Oh,
here.
beautiful.
Yeah, when we go off air. Yeah, I don't want to ruin anyone's reputation.
Oh my God!
But it's a fucking great story.
I can't wait to hear that.
You're gonna enjoy it. And if it ever went public, it'd be bad for a fella. Anyway, not this fella.
Maybe someday.
Not this fella.
Maybe someday. Maybe you want to say the story without the name.
No, I can't.
Okay.
No, can't even do that. Oh, it'd just be too obvious anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it'd be too obvious anyway.
Okay.
We won't. Yeah, we'll just stop talking about that altogether. Yeah, man, I don't know. Shane Ogden called me yesterday, talking about wanting to book a couple mini tours and stuff in small markets.
Yeah.
And,
that Kentville thing must have been fun, eh?
Oh, the Kentville thing was so good. Well, we're going to Lunenburg on the 22nd.
Lunenburg,
Nova Scotia.
There you go.
So it's me, Shane, and Matt Richardson are driving up there.
Nice.
To do a show with the three of us and Andrew Vaughn, Travis Lindsay.
Fucking
like, Lunenburg is getting a fucking show that night.
Hopefully they sell tickets.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I think Andrew goes to Lunenburg.
Oh, okay.
I think he's from there, maybe.
Okay, perfect then.
But he's got a deal set up, and it's fucking hotel, meal, drinks,
right?
The whole fucking man. It's gonna be a fucking blast. I'm thinking, lately I've had way more success in Nova Scotia than here.
It's busy.
Yeah.
Right. People are still go up.
Not as
people
people
like.
Also, people have funny. Don't have to go to the show. No.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, the money. But I put the receipts. I don't.
Yeah. This with do I sound right? Years can I right?
Oh, well. Shouldn't think right. Johnny, right? He's gonna. There's a show because this show is this come back. So I don't think it's right wrong. I think you wear put like going to take everybody on the same one thing. All ring out. That's the new area because of towers, right? You are.
And some of this I think it does not deep and died unless something focus and solve.
Or you lose like understand. He's some stuff from can of can.
He does run until like a show. He can even if this if it.
Oh, he's all. Depend on him.
No,
he's gonna make. We'll make him too. Check.
I got a song.
Yeah. Have a